Thank you very much. Good afternoon, listeners, and welcome to another day on this Sports Desk. My name is Christopher Zidane Matthews, and we go up until 4 p.m. And we are expecting to hear from you in your numbers after a lovely weekend of sports. And I'm going to start locally and tell you that Tivoli Gardens, they are now has moved ahead of Waterhouse for that sixth and final playoff spot in the JPL. Both are on 55 points, but Tivoli is in front on goal differential. Now, this will make the final day, and this is why they started it this weekend, where every team played at the same time, 3:30. All games were started at 3:30 on Sunday, and all the games for this coming Sunday will also start at 3:30. So I think Waterhouse would go into the final game thinking that we are more likely to win that final game than Tivoli beating Montego Bay United, who themselves are fighting for something. They want to seal that top two finish, which means they will be idle for the playoffs and be waiting for a team in the semifinals. So that's what you want. You want to, after a long, grueling season, to take a week off. Have a look also at your potential opponents, what those two-legged playoff games. And so it's a win-win situation if you finish in the top two. So I'm sure Montego Bay United, Arnett Gardens occupied that top two spot for quite some time in the league, but then faded in the last couple of weeks, and now they are battling for that top two spot. So it's Montego Bay on 75 points in second, Montego Bay Club United. Arnett Gardens, they are on 73 points. Let me look at the goal difference. Montego Bay have a better goal difference than Arnett Gardens. So it means that Arnett Gardens, having done a favor somewhat for Tivoli yesterday, would hope that Tivoli can do them a favor by beating Montego Bay United on that final day. And as I said before, the fact that Waterhouse plays, let me go for the fixtures now for the final day, because it's going to be very interesting. So I'm trying to pull up the fixtures for the final day. Yes, here you go now. So Tivoli, as I said, will host Montego Bay United, and Waterhouse will host, well, they'll play Dumbehold. So you think that going into that game, Dumbehold not playing for anything really, that Waterhouse should get the better of them. So it means that Tivoli would have to likely beat Montego Bay United to maintain their lead on Waterhouse to be the team that complete the top six. But disappointing season it would be for especially Waterhouse, investments and the amount of player that they brought in. Some good experienced players as well. It would be disappointing if they don't make the top six at all. Having made the semifinals in it last season, I think, yeah, they went to the semifinals last year. So it would be a disappointing season. All right, so that is it for local football. I hear people texting on my phone, and it's all over social media about a 14-year-old making a century this morning in IPL action. Only 14. Wow, brilliant. So maybe somebody can come and highlight that to was following the IPL all season. But we understand, before getting some other stuff, that we're our first call. We don't want them to wait too long. Right, Hoster? So we take the first call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, good afternoon, Monsiel.
You congratulate the favorite yet.
Oh, that season wrap up long time, man.
Yeah, man, but because the official now, man, yo.
I didn't even remember that the Premier League was playing yesterday.
Yeah, but it's no official, so, congrats to all of the Liverpool fans that call the program. I think Diego is, I'm not sure, but I think Diego is a Liverpool fan.
Definitely.
You definitely know say Baggio.
No man, Diego is a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, Baggio and a couple of others. Big up all of them. Victor. Big up Victor. Good victory again. Tie with Manchester United and 20. So big up all of them, right?
Yes.
So we want to get into this ceiling position things, but before we go there, so I want to talk about Arsenal first.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, Right now, Arsenal can make history, Zidane, because both Arsenal and Barcelona are in the Women Champions League finals. And as you know, Arsenal are playing PSG in the semi-final, and Barcelona play Inter Milan.
Yeah, first leg is tomorrow for Arsenal. Yeah.
Right. So if both Barcelona and we don't know if you know that this Zidane, I don't know if I can confirm it. Has there ever been the two same club meeting at the Champions League final for both men and women at the same time?
Doubt it. Not aware of what of that.
Yeah, man.
Of that happening.
I was following the game yesterday between Arsenal and Lyon, and it was a very impressive win, Zidane, because Lyon beat Arsenal at their home ground.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1 in the first leg.
Mm-hmm.
And people like me did right off Arsenal, Zidane.
Yeah.
You never know, say Arsenal could have really good on France and really put on a display like that.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So, you mean me have to give them kudos to them, and I am not a yet. I want Arsenal to win the Champions League. I think it would be better for Arteta resume if Arsenal win the Champions League more than the Premier League, because while it's not good if Arsenal would have win the Premier League this season, because for the past 2 seasons them run second. But if them can make up the Champions League, do you think that the thing they would worth it than the not missing out on the Premier League would worth it?
I don't understand the question, because I don't know if missing out on the Premier or winning the Premier League would stop you from winning the Champions League.
No, man, I'm saying if that could make up for the disappointment. Remember?
You said if it was worth it, but that's
no. Maybe we word it wrong. Sorry, maybe we word it wrong. I mean, if it I mean, miss out on the Premier League.
No, well, clearly the Champions League is like the World Cup of club football. I know they're coming up with a new World Club Cup thing, but the Champions League is like the World Cup of football. So there's no two ways about it. If you win the Champions League, you win the biggest prize in club football.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would help the disappointment of not winning the Premier League.
There will be no disappointment. There will be no disappointing Arsenal fans out there if Arsenal should win the Champions League this season.
Well, there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be, because having
you have never won it.
And one of the things, as we said, Zidane, what me I look for is having not won it before.
Yes.
Because you remember you win the Premier League already, So
yeah,
the thing there. But the other thing before me go, Zidane, what was July Chatu talking about bowler fielding position? Because we did have a family emergency on Friday. I get to hear.
Oh, he's saying that the bowler is a fielding position.
Say bowler is not or is?
Is a fielding position.
But that's straight rubbish. That's straight rubbish. Remember, ask Chatu something. So if the bowler is a fielding position, then if Courtney Walsh decides to take it, I remember, a fast bowler can decide to take it run up anyway he want to, So if down a long hand, Courtney Walsh decides to take it run up from down a long hand, what is that position now?
I just think analytically you couldn't analyze and say the bowler is a fielding position. I think when you're talking about position, you're talking about specific areas where a fielder will occupy.
Yes. So like where the captain will say, go let's go field, go a mid half, go a long hand, go a
and he's looking to So him looking to stop runs, get catches and all of that. But the bowler is doing something completely different for the most part when he's bowling. He's asked to take it. So we would describe it as that. That's as a fielding position. Yeah,
but the last thing, Zidane, that 14-year-old, I'm going to check in birth certificate to Zidane. 14-year-old.
Yeah, man.
The second fastest IPL century.
Yes, man. I was getting up about 3 text messages asking me if I'm watching.
No, man, that can't be normal. That is something else, Zidane. I hope we can continue this way for his sake. No. All right, let me leave it there.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. 615-2841. That's 615-2841 or 676-6968. Those are the numbers to call through and let your voice be heard. All right, so I think, yes, my boss, this person who is texting me. Yes, that is exactly what it is, my boss. Yes. Same, sir. You read me perfectly, my boss. Exactly how you describe me, or me sound, my boss. You're dead right. You read me right. All right, we take our first break on the sports desk. We're looking to hear from you on the other side. We're coming.
Clear your barrels and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
1:15.
I'm advice I don't know a lot of shot and tally. I have a message to everyone. Get vaccinated. Hey, tourism the main driver of the local economy. It provides us with job, save the country. So everybody in the industry, get the job and come follow me. It don't hurt to the nerd. Link the nurse cause the vaccine work. Get vaccinated. This is a message from the Ministry of Tourism. Get vaccinated. Just get vaccinated. You're deaf?
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Alrighty then, welcome back. So somebody is reminding me of the exact score that the 14-year-old child achieved this morning. 101 of 38 balls. A 14-year-old child. That is what he achieved. Excellent stuff there. All right, we go to another one. Hello.
Yeah, man. Zidane, what going on?
Good afternoon. Badger the Great.
Yeah, man. We say the league over a long time.
Yeah.
So, how long ago it did over?
Maybe 8 weeks now.
So did you congratulate us then?
No, man, they don't really wrap up in a low them argument then, no, man. When the league.
No, but after did you congratulate us?
No, I don't congratulate people when league is wrapped up in it. I'd never come into that thing.
Oh. Yeah. So me you tell them say you're not congratulate because the league over a long time. So I think you do it, I never hear.
No, man, I forget. Me stop watching the Premier League.
Oh, okay. No problem. Yeah, Waterhouse did knock out Tivoli last season.
Yes, and gone to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and go to the semi-final. So it would be good, although they are not directly playing each other. You understand? But it would be good if Tivoli could get one over them. You understand?
Yeah, Tivoli need to win that game against Mobile, who is looking to get the top two.
Let me ask a question though. What do you mean? They play Mount Pleasant. Cavalier play Mount Pleasant in a game done by Tivoli.
Mm-hmm.
I know that teams have played and other home game before, especially when they have the Monday Night Football also, and that was done by the league organizer. You understand? They have a double header somewhere and so on. But you think that was a wise thing for Tivoli to have done to make two teams play on their home ground that they might face.
Well, when you're in a country where the economy is not all that great, especially for sports, you know that Tivoli would have collected some money for the rental of the stadium, though. So
it
was a straight business decision.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Looking back, I don't think it was a good, a wise
Why
decision.
why why I think so? You think that Cavalier is gonna get familiar with the surroundings? And
Yes, man.
no, sir, I don't think one game.
Brother,
I don't think one game are gonna make a big difference.
no, 1 game less. 1 game less. You understand?
It's really the atmosphere and the crowd support make you feeling the home
Well,
the home thing, you know. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Could Cavalier, no, the side name, Mount Pleasant, say something about that? And they couldn't do nothing about that.
No, they can't. As long as the ground is
It's decent and thing.
yeah.
It doesn't look away still. We can just up and just carry me going anyway. You understand?
No, you can't carry them anyway. You have to carry them at a venue, a recognized Premier League venue. At the JFF.
Well, it's true still. They should have carried them further, carry go to Abbeville then. You understand? I mean, they travel look further then. You understand? I find a ground that I sent me. Good year over good. Can go there so. You understand? Since that is the case. But remember when I was having a discussion with you, Orville, about the format being changed, and on a board me over with a question to say, what would happen if the two teams were tied on points and goal difference?
Mm-hmm.
Now that Tivoli and Waterhouse could possibly end up on that. How far is the goal difference away? For
Waterhouse and Tivoli, let me see. Waterhouse, Tivoli is 12. Waterhouse is none, so it's 12.
It's
Gap
12.
is 12. Yes.
All right, that kind of far-fetched still, but I'm saying
yes.
The question that you and Orville asked me, see a scenario now. What would happen just if Waterhouse and Tivoli end up on for the sixth spot?
If they have the exact same goal difference?
Yeah.
I think you go for goals 4 after that.
No, I'm talking about the same question that you
everything is tied up.
What would happen if everything end up on same points and goal 4 and goal whatever, everything? What happens? Because when you asked me the question, I was saying that the league probably have something in place for that. So now I am saying that I don't know if I book on.
What was your scenario? What do you wanted? You wanted that?
No man. I wanted that the team that tapped the zone go straight to final, and I think you asked the question. I will say, what happens if two teams finish on same points? Same points and same.
Well, you're suggesting that what applies now, if that scenario occurs, you want them to do that.
Yes. I'm saying
so it will be the same thing for determining who gets to the final.
No, the same question that you asked me about if what if two teams?
Yeah, and I'm saying too, you're suggesting that whatever occurs now, if they're tied and the same everything, that's what you would use, just the same.
Remember, say I never answered the question,
Badger.
Yeah.
I'm saying what you're asking me. You want to know what happened if that occurs right now as it stands.
Yes.
So you're saying whatever they do in this scenario, you would do it just the same for that scenario in your. Then they may understand why I say
Yeah.
So I don't know what they would use, but whatever they use, because there must be something that they have in place. So you're saying that they must use it nonetheless. So it's the same for the same. It's the same for the same. All right, that's your point.
No, what I'm saying to you, if they have anything, because
no man, they must have something about you, man. Come on, man. They must have something in case they tie on everything, man. Because it's possible.
So let us do that. So if you lose, they must have something. If they die, why no waste time? I ask me the question.
It's not me asking the question.
It's not you.
It's never me asking the question. Is you never sharp enough if you come with the answer there? You say whatever exists now?
No, what I say is that we still don't wait until that happens. You understand? But no, you're telling about a scenario that it could happen. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying to you, if it could happen, they must have something in place because they must be thinking about
it. Maybe it's like that it's a playoff. The playoff for it. If they're tied on everything. That's I think it would be the logical way to go about
it. The playoff for it, no?
Yeah, so if they're tied on everything, goal difference, goals for, maybe they do a playoff thing. Because I don't like the yellow card because we know some competition where they use yellow card, fair play, So we have who got less yellow cards,
Okay.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, here's my answer now. Whatever they're gonna use now, they will use then. You understand? From last week or so, I did ask you a question. You see, and because I was on a mini vacation last week, so I ask you. You were telling me that you're giving Butler 85%, and one of the items said 90 for Leon Bailey. What we're talking about? Development or achievement? Development. Right. You're still sticking by that?
His development. Did ask me, or you asked me about him moving overseas and play?
No man. You couldn't answer that, brother.
Yes, you're being slick. You're being slick with me, about you.
No man, me not be slick, brother.
You're talking about how good he became.
Yes, sir.
All right. 85.
85. Oh, good he became.
Yes.
You give both like 85.
Yeah, because when you're in Jamaica, it's difficult to become as good as Leon Bailey. It's near impossible historically.
All right.
So I'm sure Leon Bailey was not born to play football. I'm sure Leon Bailey no better than every single player his age coming through Jamaica. So I'm thinking the biggest difference between Leon Bailey being as good as he is, as opposed to being a Manning Cup joker player in the end, is Craig Butler. So 85%.
No, so Craig Butler do what? When you say Craig Butler, you mean Craig Butler what? You just say Craig Butler.
I'm saying to you the way Craig Butler went about it, because I'm sure there were other people at 8 and 9 as good as Leon Bailey, or maybe even better, that didn't become as good as Leon Bailey. So I'm saying,
it's the only way you can get away with a statement like that. If it only was Leon Bailey alone, Craig Butler did what he did for.
No, but who else would come about as good as Leon Bailey?
None. That is why
that is exactly my point.
No.
I'm sure Leon Bailey at 8 is not the best ever Jamaican, my boss.
And I'm saying, listen. What you're saying, if it was Leon Bailey alone in charge of foreign, and so you understand, then you could have a better argument.
No, what I'm saying to you, I'm sure there are other talents that was as good as Leon Bailey, or maybe even better at 8 and 9. Will never reach nowhere.
No. You must say that they are other talent that Craig Butler had.
No, man, I don't know if Craig Butler had anymore. The next one, him get like Leon Bailey, see a whisper, and him gone to Chelsea.
So hold on, So you're saying that this Craig Butler gave Leon Bailey talent?
No, what I'm saying to you is that I don't see a lot of talent at the level of Leon Bailey and Whisper at Phoenix Academy. A lot of them not special, my boss.
Yo, young man, is development is his talent, you know?
No. What I'm saying to you, my boss, you have to listen to me carefully.
I'm listening to you.
There are a lot of talented players who have come through various clubs in Jamaica that I believe when they were 8 and 9.
No. We're stick to Craig Butler and other players.
And I'm saying to you, if other talent like Leon Bailey had gone to Craig Butler, they would have been as good as Leon Bailey.
Okay, so who give Leon Bailey his talent? Actually, Craig Butler.
I never said he did, so that's why Leon Bailey get the rest of the percentage for talent.
50%.
Yes.
50%?
Yes.
Zidane,
I don't think you understand my reasoning, you know.
No, I don't.
You're just looking at how much talent Leon Bailey had.
No.
You're not looking at what to do with the talent or what we have done with the talent in the past.
Right, and what you are saying, so hold on. So when Leon Bailey went to Germany and went to other clubs and so,
it's not Leon Bailey went to Germany and he owned my boss.
But all right, when Craig,
that's a part of development. Craig Butler realized, Craig Butler, that is a part of the development, my boss.
So let me ask a question now. When Craig Butler jump on a plane and bring him go to Genk or wherever I say he brought him to in Germany, was Craig Butler coaching him at that time though?
That was a part of the development.
No.
You realize?
No.
But you asked me a question,
listen.
No, you asked me a question, but I've not answered the question fully yet.
Right.
I'm saying to you, part of your development is when you analyze the talent and realize that he's far ahead of his peers. You have to move him from that now and bring him to a higher level to continue the growth. That's a part of how the statistics for the strategic to develop the player.
So listen to my question again then. When he was at Genk or wherever he was, right? Was he the only one that Craig Butler had at the time there?
He was the only one with his ability.
So his ability was not from Craig Butler?
I never said it was. I'm saying we're talking about development.
Listen now. If it is not from, if it's still on talent, hold on, man. If it's still on talent.
But me already destroy that question already, Badger, by saying that I've seen many at 8 and 9 and 10 that is better than Leon Bailey talent-wise, and then they come out to nothing.
All right. So.
For years we have seen them. We don't see no water boy ordinary. Keith Kelly come to an ordinary. All of them come to an ordinary craft, my boss.
All right. So let me try again. When he was at Genk, did Craig Butler teach him?
Badger, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're missing the point, Badger. But we got.
I know.
We're going around in circles, Badger.
So let me try again. Craig Butler, maybe it's the people at Genk. Maybe it's the people, not maybe. Maybe it's the people at Genk moving from the level of the Keith Kelly and the whoever. And brought it to the level where
but he never fly go Genk by himself. He never fly go Genk by himself. It's Craig Butler observation. Craig Butler helped him along the way, realize how good he was, brought him to play against 17 and 18-year-old, realized that he must head at them as well and say, listen, we can't have you here and play schoolboy football. That's the part of development, how you transition the player, boss.
Let me ask a question.
Anyways, Badger, that is it, my boss. We're gone. No, Badger. Badger, we're on the break and we have been at it for a while. Big up yourself, my boss. We talk again tomorrow. That was Badger the Great. We take a break. We're coming.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Rochester Royals 14-year-old batter Savaranche made history as the youngest player to hit a century in men's T20s. Savaranche pulled Rashid Khan for 6 to bring up the second fastest 100 in the IPL and the fastest by an Indian player from 35 balls. The teenager left-hander smashed 7 fours, 11 sixes before he was eventually bowled for a stunning 101 from 38 balls as the Royals ramped home to an 8-wicket win over Garata Titans. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich financing.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jn. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. We go straight back to the phone lines. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Zidane Matthews, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I want to thank you as an Arsenal fan for, and the players for letting Liverpool have a smooth transition in the final days leading up to the championship. We want to thank you, okay?
Okay.
Anyhow,
yes.
Bless our ears, the big man bird, bless him upon his strong. Yeah, son?
Yes, indeed.
There's an issue within the NFL circles that is having not just pundits alone, but persons that they say they are specialists who
each week come out and talk about what is happening in the world of the NFL, have them scratching their head as to it happened in the draft over the weekend gone, wherein the son of Deion Sanders, that was projected to be a high draft pick. As a matter of fact, it was being speculated that it could be picked within the first 5 picks. And he eventually resulted, he didn't get picked in the first round, the second round, third. I think it was the 5th round. He got picked in at number 144.
Yes.
And people are speculating as to why he fell from grace from being a high draft pick.
Prospect.
And it's baffling. The speculation arises that I remember as to case in point when Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
He was a very good quarterback for the 49ers. And when he didn't kneel, the GM in the whole entire NFL, they blackballed him, and he could not get a job otherwise. This kind of resembles something of that sort, because there's no way. It's not like this individual, he had off the field issues. He was clean, no problems in school and stuff like that. But the only thing I'm hearing now, it's been speculated, is that they didn't want to deal with his father, Mr. Deion Sanders.
Oh,
because
his father likes it. His father is also his agent.
Yes, prior to it, he was saying they didn't want. He came out and said he didn't want certain teams. His son wanted his son to be drafted by certain teams. So apparently, it kind of shook the general managers to say, well, when you're dealing with an individual like that from then, it seems when the negotiations come around, there's going to be problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're a high draft pick, the monetary aspect of it can be from millions of dollars to a small pick where he has fallen now. Mm-hmm. So it's like the GM saying like they didn't want to deal with that aspect, but it's baffling because then nobody is coming out to say, well, he's failed. Well, the GM for, I think it was the Giants, came out and said that he did.
Where was he ranked in his final season as a college quarterback?
That's what I'm saying. He was ranked to be one of the first picks, the first couple picks, nothing less than between the first 5 picks.
Who do you?
And that.
Well, this sounds strange.
That is what baffling everybody.
So how many teams that were in the
draft?
Yes, that could get a top 5 pick. Was in need of a quarterback.
You have a couple of teams that were in lieu of getting a quarterback.
Wow.
The Giants needed one.
Oh.
I can't really. Yeah, he was. And then what it is, when you have a young QB, it's like you're talking about the future for your franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find a gem, you can work with him onwards. So, but it is baffling as to why this happened with this youngster.
Yes.
So it's like everybody's now saying, no, this is a situation wherein is another racial or black overtone situation wherein it's not being born.
Well, since
saying that.
Did they draft black quarterbacks in this?
They did. That's the first one was the.
Yeah, so you couldn't use.
So you can't use that to say, yeah. I think that kid came from Notre Dame. I think that was drafted first. You understand? As a matter of fact, he was one of the analysts.
Right, so question, you mentioned the Giants, and I heard Gabby talking about the Giants the other day as well, that they needed a quarterback, and he's one.
Exactly. And they didn't pick him.
Have they ever selected a black quarterback, the Giants, in their history?
Yes, man.
Oh, okay.
Yes, man.
Oh, so boy, them can't. You can't
use the racial connotation to say that was so. But there's nothing tangible. Because remember now, you could say, okay, well, he has issues off the field or stuff like that. So you say you don't want to deal with him. He's going to be a knucklehead or whatever situation.
So you're thinking it's more they don't want to deal with the father. They think it could be disruptive.
Everything is being pointed. Because what they're saying, a lot of them saying that the kid was too brash and outspoken, cocky. And a lot of times the analysts said these are tangibles that the quarterback would need. But so you can't use that now to say, boy, he was cocky, he was done. But everything is pointed to say, boy, why I don't want to deal with Mr. Deion Sanders, you know. So I figure that is where, you know, the problem lies. But it is interesting as we go on, you know, we go forward as to what comes out and, you know, to say what the reason was for him not being picked, because it's not being said. You understand?
Yes.
But was one of those days. Anyhow, you have a good day here,
Yeah, man. All right. Same to your countryman. All right. As countryman came on because I was talking to him about it over the weekend. So, listeners, on June 28th, 2025, there's a big competition, football competition that will be held smack in the middle of the Winnie Park, right very close to where I live. And I am one of the promoters. So, and if you have any little team that you want to enter, it's winner take all winner. 300,000 Jamaican dollars plus 2 bottles of Hennessy. The winner will get if they win that competition. $15,000 to enter. But for the listeners now, coming on some know about football in terms of playing it, just come and support and buy 2 drinks. Food will be on sale as well. So book the date, June 28th. Big up. Hello. Hello. That person gone, Asta. All right. So what would you know, Asta? You have to keep talking to me now. Watch out. Asta. Hello.
Am I there?
The lady making nervous behind you, dear Asta.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Well, go on.
Yes, this is Garvey.
Hold on, countryman, big up yourself. By the way, Zidane, my assertion is this: the Giants have never drafted a black quarterback in the first round, and that remains true, countryman. They have never drafted a black quarterback in the first round. I don't know where countryman getting those bad information from.
No, I never asked him about the first round. When I asked him if they ever drafted a black quarterback.
No, but that is idiotic. When you draft a man in the 6th round, you know, he's not drafted to be a starter, you know. Well, as a matter of fact, when you draft a man in the 5th round, he's not drafted to be a starter, you know that, right?
That's not the question I asked him. But I hear you.
But you see, you don't understand it. And then another question is this. Because they draft black quarterbacks, that means say you can't say it's racism. What? So Zidane,
right,
because
so
they didn't kill every... Hold on.
Hold on, no.
Hold on.
You ask a question. Lord,
hold on.
Me not listen to me, boss.
Hold on. Because every slave...
But slavery was racism, my boss. Listen.
Because every slave was not lynched. Is it wrong to point out that the ones that were lynched were lynched because they were slaves? I don't get this. You there?
I can't have a conversation, so I'm going to just allow you to speak.
No, I'm not get that, Zidane. You're saying because they draft black quarterbacks, that means that we can't say there's any racial...
Will I be allowed to say something? That's what I want.
It's second time you're trying to check that. Go on, talk.
All right, what I'm saying to you now, you may be very well asking a good question now. Not because they have drafted black people before, it doesn't mean that they're not racist. And I'm going to ask you, not because you don't draft a black quarterback, does it automatically mean you are racist?
Listen, nobody...
I'm asking you the same question now.
He was drafted, it's because of his race and Zidane.
So you need to give credible arguments as to why they are racist.
No. I challenge anybody. Shador Sanders was the 7th quarterback taken, Zidane. Nobody on planet Earth, including the people we are trying to find reasons, can show me any projections before the draft that had him as the 7th best QB. None whatsoever.
But Gavi, you know, if I'm racist, me not draft no second one no quarterback though.
If you what?
If I'm racist, me not draft no second round quarterback. Cause nobody not go because the second round it's less it's not a high profile draft.
I don't even know what you're saying.
No, I'm saying to you, the second round is not as high profile as the first round.
No.
So I'm saying if I am racist, my boss, we're not drafting no black quarterback at all. So me don't buy that argument, my boss.
No. If you get picked in the second round, you're picked to be a starter. You see, you have to.
So why nobody's not drafted? Why nobody's not drafted?
The next thing, though. Why would NFL teams?
Maybe it's not as good as you think, you know.
Hold on, boss. Deion Sanders played in the NFL for 16 years. He never had a single issue while playing in the NFL. So why all of a sudden now NFL teams create the target?
No, well, countryman was talking about.
By the way, he's not the man's agent. Stop spreading.
Okay, but just ask the question, my boss.
Right. But don't come in that position about because black QBs are drafted.
But you know no evidence that it was because of racism. You know have a clue. You just talk up your mouth as well.
Listen, what I said, Zidane. I said to you, in 2018, the Giants had 2 first-round picks, not 1, 2. And they twice overlooked a young man named Lamar Jackson. And not only did they overlook him, they drafted a guy named Daniel Jones who was not rated as high as him.
Okay.
That guy ended up, hold on, boss. That guy ended up being a flop. Then come back this year again now after then get rid of Daniel Jones with 2 first-round picks.
But I'm saying to you, if this guy was so special and quarterback is the most important position, somebody else would have drafted him, my boss.
Really?
If the quarterback position is the most important position, and if he's so special, top 5 talent, my boss, why nobody else draft him in the first round?
Relax.
Since the quarterback position is that important.
I'm going to end this conversation with you. I'm going to say my topic. You know why, Zidane? When a man speaks on an issue with his total ignorance, this is how he sounds.
Why? The quarterback is such an important position. He was so special and nobody
drafted him. You're giving me a headache.
It's a joke.
You're giving me a headache, brother.
Joke. Argument Boris. We take a break.
Let me get a minute.
Hold the line. We take a break. We take a break. We'll come.
Ridiculous, man.
What if you could protect your child from cancer? The human papillomavirus, or HPV, causes cervical and other cancers. But one simple vaccine today can help prevent cancer later. The HPV vaccine is safe and effective and offers protection against cancers caused by HPV infection. The vaccine is now available for boys and girls 9 to 14 years old, and adults and girls 15 to 17, and women up to 26. HPV vaccination is cancer prevention. Immunize to maximize your child's health. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Stop the sneeze. Grab some DPH.
I'm congested. DPH.
DPH. Mommy, I have a runny nose.
Come and take some DPH.
Getting rid of a cold or allergies is easy. Take DPH in adult or children's formulation and eliminate your sniffling, coughing, sneezing, and itching. DPH. Minimize the symptoms, maximize the relief. Another great product from the Caramed Group.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Back with you.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just glad to know so you educate me to this. So when the police, because the police don't kill every black man in America, when they do kill one, they have nothing to do with the rest. I get you.
But I'm saying not because the police.
Learn something to them.
Hold on, but I'm saying to you, not because the police shoot a black man, it was because he's racist.
You see them a shoot white one.
You're the foolful question. I'm saying
it's the same thing in Jamaica.
Yep, but Gavin, you wanted to go one way.
In Jamaica, do you ever see the police in Jamaica killing people as Chinese?
But I'm saying you have no good arguments as to why
the police in Jamaica.
Why not other team not draft this high quality quarterback? And quarterback is the most important position.
You have to be a black man to get qualified to kill by the police in Jamaica. Anyway, next topic.
Oh, you're desperate.
Basketball players. 1 minute, because I have to say something about the goalkeeper thing. The Lakers, I'm not going to beat Luka and LeBron too much. The Wolves is a better team. And it is clear why the Lakers were trying to get a big man in another draft after they drafted Luka, because the disparity between their frontline play and the Wolves' frontline play, it is chalk to cheese. So
correct.
Better team.
No. But you cannot say it wrong.
What?
Luka Doncic, my boss. He's the #1 player on the Los Angeles Lakers. He's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting outplayed offensively. We can understand on defense, fine. But he's getting outplayed offensively by Ant-Man. The games are close, my boss. And Luka Doncic, every time,
who's the #2 guy in the Lakers?
LeBron James.
And who's the #2 guy on Wolves? In this series.
What's his name, man? Julius Randle. Yes.
Randle outplay him too.
No, but I'm saying fine. But I'm saying the games are close. If it was the other way, if it was the other way, I'm saying to you, yes, you want to change the argument to a LeBron argument when LeBron is.
No, I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, but LeBron is not that.
LeBron is out.
No, I'm saying you want to make it be a LeBron James topic. LeBron James is no longer.
So you're saying
I'm saying to you, if LeBron James was 28 years old, my boss, and it was his team and the games were close, you Garfield would have come on the radio and pressure LeBron James. You Garfield would have come on the radio and pressure LeBron James. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite, Garfield. You're a hypocrite on the radio, my boss. If LeBron James was the number one option on the Lakers, no, and I get outplayed by Ant-Man, you'd have criticized LeBron James. Criticize Luka Doncic. He needs to play better than he's in the fourth quarter, the most important quarter that you tell us when it's late. He shoot one of 7 last night on the field.
Are you ready to concede the fact that Jalen Brunson is a better performer than Luka Doncic?
No, what? What do you mean by no?
This long conversation that I've been having over a year.
But you're saying no.
Are you ready to concede now?
No, but if it's no. Hey, but you can't bring up the argument a year ago and then ask him about if I'm ready to concede now. When you brought up the argument, you were talking. As a matter of fact, hold on. Hey, turn on Garfield, Mike, because him too lie and dangerous. Garfield, when you came in, because I never brought up Luka Doncic, boss. I never brought. You need to allow me to speak because you're telling a lie, my boss. It's not me bring up Luka Doncic. You know who I went for when they brought up Fufu Jalen Brunson? I went for Shea.
You need to relax with that.
Because you must tell the truth, my boss. Don't come and tell.
Yeah, get very disrespectful.
Is you?
You're not sound good.
I don't like when people come with this honesty.
You're not sound good, my brother.
No,
you don't say.
Speak,
I wanted to make a point about this goalkeeper QB discussion, but the disrespect gone overboard. Look more.
Wonderful. He's very dishonest. Last year, Garvey, and at him, it's me want to concede. Last year, Garvey came on the radio and said Jalen Brunson was the best point guard in the league. You know who Christopher Zidane Matthews go for? He have some other people who was talking about Luka Doncic. You know who Christopher Zidane Matthews go for? Come and say, the Luka Doncic argument with him. Because he was speaking in the now last season when he brought it up. He was speaking in the now. So I went for current form as well. And I went for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He is what I went for statistics to discuss, and Garvey took me on. Lo and behold, this year Garvey is telling me that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the best basketball player in all of basketball. Then how you come to me and you should have come apologize to me and admit to me that Zidane, you were right about Shea and I was wrong that Brunson was better than Shea. You're coming and telling me about Luka Doncic. And no. You're too dishonest, man. It's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander I went for and broke down the statistics of both players, and I spoke about Shea's ability to defend better than Brunson. And you have to tell me about if me really concede about Luka. Me, I never have no Luka Doncic discussion, my boss. If you have some other people that debate Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, I would not have that debate. You go back online. Text? All right, text.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right, I'm going to read this message. Zidane, just a little correction. You said to Mount Salem that the Champions League prize is the biggest in club football. You're wrong. It's the English Championship. That prize is even bigger than winning the World Cup. My boss, you need to understand. When I said prize, I'm not talking about the prize money. Oh, Lord. I'm talking about which is the biggest trophy in club football. It is the biggest football. So when I said the biggest prize, I was talking in the context of it being the biggest club competition, not prize money, my boss. All right, another one. Good day, all. I was trying to call and congrats. Congrats to Liverpool fans. Zidane. The JPL at the end of the table is very interesting as well, except for Veer Phoenix. The other 10, 11, 12, and 13 number line will be trying to win to get to 36 points and not be eliminated. Very interesting, LOL, like NBA playing. Check it out. Even Harborview sent Veer a big message, 6-0 yesterday. This is fuzzy. All right? Zidane, do you know that you just give development more over passion? We don't even understand that, Badger. I'm talking about a specific case here, Badger. You don't know about everything else. Congratulations to Liverpool on winning the English Premier League. It has been a wonderful season, and we, the fans, are elated at the victory. Orville was a Liverpool fan in the last time we won in 2020. As a Liverpool motto says, you'll never walk alone. All right, my boss. Not want to read that silly message that just came in. All right, let me read this final one before we come back. Here it is. It seems like Zidane should have his own show. You're a different human by yourself. LOL. Oh, well. I won't say anything, but I understand where you're coming from. All right, so what would you know what's the height? All right, back online. Hello.
Yo, Zidane, what going?
Good afternoon.
What going? I QC, man.
Yeah, man. How you do, QC?
You remember the time when Doc called and him see the boy, him realize I know the boy. What the argument they go with that? When say look on the person. So you remember the argument when you call Orville, Orville say, well, it sound like you support the man in argument. You remember the time?
Yes.
So how all of a sudden now, in come and flip-flop. And I say something totally different about the person about the advantage. The question I want to ask him, what is the name of the advantage that the person comes with why he's so superior over the rest of boys?
Let me ask you, what do you call cricketing talent?
Ability to move and adapt easy to the game.
No, man. So you don't think the ability to cover drive well is a talent?
Of course, the talent I develop.
Then that them thing that the man talk about, my boss. So
no,
for you to be
that wasn't the argument.
Hold on, QC, man.
You're saying people are born with talent.
No, man. That's not the argument. The argument is that people are born with sporting talent, my boss. So you see, great millions of people have great underlying coordination and are good at batting, you know. They struggle, you know. So having great and high coordination doesn't mean you're a talented cricketer, my boss. That's where you're getting it wrong.
Hold on. So if a man using talent in a different aspects, all right, look on the man, all right. Look on Danny Jones. Danny Jones play football for Jamaica, he play table tennis, and he play cricket. You don't think that?
But I'm saying for him to become good at those, he would have to do a lot of practicing, my boss.
All right. Everybody bound a talent, but you have to enhance it somewhere. But that's where.
No, but I'm saying some people have great hand-eye coordination and great balance, boss, and then can't bat, my boss.
It's not just hand-eye coordination alone.
Every attribute, all the attributes.
What make Messi? All right. What make Messi? You say Messi out of this world. What makes him different? And nobody can.
All the attributes that you're going to talk about that people born with, boss. A lot of people born with them and can't bat.
Brother, you don't understand what I say. A man can have that talent. He might not work in a sport. He can work somewhere. But
no, if he's not training hard, my boss. If he does not,
talent to sports alone.
Is it? You miss. But that sports, we're not talking about any singing and them things, my boss. We're talking about sports. We have to apply skills, my boss. You have to know apply the skills, my boss, to do well. So you have to be able to cut and pull and hook. And decision making have to be up there, my boss. That's how you become great as a batsman, not because of your hand-eye coordination at your band.
So when both gonna dream weekends and everybody's a train, why nobody can beat him?
I don't know about both, my boss. I don't know about both.
What do you mean you don't know about both? You know, sit up in Jamaica.
I don't know about both on a dream weekend, my boss.
All right, you don't know about both that gonna dream.
Yeah.
What do you think about both? When him gone party and everybody is around and can't beat him.
Well, when him go party, you and Blake beat him actually. Beat him twice.
All right, how much people beat him?
Yes. After you and Blake beat him up a stadium in the trials twice, both in the 100 and 200, you know where both go do? Go train hard and come back for the championship.
So you believe that talent only develop when you reach a certain age?
No, man, you have to practice, you have to train and practice, my boss.
You answer me, the man, ask a simple logic question, you know.
To do well in sports, you have to train and work very hard, my boss. When the reason why Usain Bolt went to Glenmins is because Usain Bolt natural abilities wasn't helping him, my boss. He was getting crushed. He used to run and him technical wasn't there. Remember, he used to run with him lean one side. It's Glenmins. I'm saying to you, I don't need, but I'm saying to you, a whole heap of people born with natural abilities that you're talking about. Millions, my boss. So the fact that millions of people born with and millions of people don't good, it means that you have to work hard and train and in the right atmosphere and right. What is wrong with you?
So because you know come to fruition or development. You mean say you're not born with it?
QC.
Raise your reason.
No man no born for be a
You
great.
can't born with something, brother, and it just don't develop properly.
No man no born for be a great batsman. That we are talking. But no man no born for be a great basketball player. You have to train for that.
Why Messi out of this world?
Because him come from a country where them crazy about football, so him play football week in, week out and daily. So that's why him develop. So it's likely that one of the greatest football players of all time are going to come from those countries.
So why do
you realize that the greatest footballers of all time come from a certain countries? It's because them crazy about the sport and they play it a lot down there. So that's why them develop and so good. It's not because them born to do it, my boss. You're wrong, QC.
If they never have natural ability, why the rest of them we are trained week in, week out?
Everybody not going to be as good as her. What is wrong with this man?
Brother,
why?
When we start that madness, brother.
No, man, you're wrong. You're wrong, QC, my boss. You're completely arguing. You're off, my boss.
That can come talk about man about advantage. What is the name of the advantage with the man born with? That's the question I want to ask him. What him come on the show and tell me, him said him born with advantage. What is the name of the advantage the regular person born with? We're better than the next man.
You name me a sportsman who is special. That not train a lot and play it a lot.
Me let you alone. That said him born with special advantage. In the natural ability. I want him tell me what is special advantage.
That's right, man. All right, let's hear him when him call him. You
understand? Because we know say rubbish in my chat.
All right, big up yourself, QC.
All right.
Well, QC is half on this topic completely, my boss. QC no understand. QC no understand that the reason why QC himself, QC have a son when me see him put up on him WhatsApp status, you know. Him a bolt to him, so him look up son, you know, him look a baby. I don't think the youth at the time when me asked him to put him up reach 12 years. QC a trade, a practice, them a practice, my boss. You see me? You see when you walk, the first time you walk, you don't need to train for walk again, you know. And that you're born for do. The fact that you have to play every day for years, the people that migrate my boss, they play for them a little youth for the most part. Before them come get special, them play for all 8-9 years in a row every day, or once per day. And that's how them get good. You think a band, Hakeem Elijah one band with the foot movement where him have to destroy people in the post? I train him, go train and practice that. And when LeBron James, who is arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, was struggling in the post game, you know what him go do? Go practice. I train him. I don't remember, he's one of them went to Hakeem Elijah one as well. And then LeBron James, after that offseason, when he go work on his post game, LeBron James has now become one of the best post players the game has ever seen. I never ban with it. And LeBron James, when he come to the league, he couldn't shoot. You know what LeBron James going to do? Practice and improve him shooting ability, my boss. So stop the foolishness on the radio, QC. We take a break, we're coming back.
Apply for your NHD refunds at nhd.gov.jm or via the NHD app. Do not click on any links offering to help you. The time by the NHD is
2 o'clock.
Saturday is one of the biggest days for sports, and Omega Sports has got you covered. Kick off your morning with the BBC Sports World for 3 hours of comprehensive roundup of various sports, including the English Premier League, from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Omega Radio, God and Sports. Sensible.
Your Saturday afternoon has gotten better. Omega Radio Sports, 1 to 4 p.m. We give you updates, previews, reviews, and in-depth sports discussions. Our knowledgeable hosts and guests will have you glued to your radio with the latest sports topics and engaging conversations as we navigate the sporting landscape to keep you on top of things. That's Omega Radio Sports, Saturdays 1 to 4 p.m. Don't miss it. Tell a friend, call a friend, tell everybody. Omega Radio Sports is sponsored by Omega Radio Network. To sponsor this program, you can contact us at
876-204-9356. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. First musical selection brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. I'm no longer a slave to fear.
Say with me. 'Cause I am a child of God. One more time, say, I'm no longer a slave to fear. For I am a child.
unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song. Come on, sing. Of deliverance from my enemies till all my fears are. Let's do that one more time. You unravel me, say it loud. You unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song. Woo! Deliverance from my enemy. Till all my fear. Now let's shout it out. Say, I'm no longer a slave. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Why? Because I am a child of God. Say it again. I'm no longer a slave to fear. For I am a child. I love this next verse. It just says, from my mother's womb, you have chosen me. You have called me by my name. And I've been born again to your family. Hey! Your blood runs through my veins. You got it from my mother's womb. From my mother's womb. You have chosen me. Your love. Your love has called my name. I've been born again. Your family. Your blood flows through my veins. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Shout it out, say, I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. For I am a child. Now right here in this moment, just lift up your praise in your room. Come on, somebody shout your praise. We're walking in faith. Yes, we're walking in faith. Yeah. I love this part. It says, you split the sea so I can walk right through. Say it. My fears are drowning. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. Say, I am a child of God. One more time, say it. You split the sea. Say, you split the sea so I could walk. You drown my fears. My fears are drowning. You rescue me. So I can let's do it one more time. Say it. You split the seas. You split the sea so I can walk right through. My fears are drowning. You rescued me. You rescued me so I can stand. Say it. I am a child of God. Yes, I am. Say I am. I am a child. Yes, I am a child. I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. I'm no longer slave to fear.
All right, so I'm no longer a slave to fear. Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. So that's a big hit there. Limited of blocks are 0.3 per game. All right, so 0.3. So Garvey came on the radio just now, and I was trying to make a point again about Luka Doncic and being outplayed on the offensive end by Ant-Man in the series. And he quickly went to attack LeBron James and said, well, Julius Randle is the second option and he's outplaying LeBron James. So I'm going to check on that now. So let me just, in the meantime, give you a Julius Randle, what he has done in this playoff series thus far. So he's shooting 47% from the field. That is Julius Randle. 47% from the field, averaging 22 points per game. So 22 points per game in the series, 47% from the field. 4.5 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game. Steals 0.8, blocks 0.3. So steals 0.8 and block 0.3. So now so Garvey said he's outplaying LeBron James in this series thus far. So now let's go to LeBron James in this series thus far. So, all right, come in. LeBron, has been playing for a long time. So let's go and find LeBron James 2025. So, okay, now. So remember, so LeBron James is averaging 26 points per game in the 4 games. That's 4 points more than Randle. Now let's look at the field goal percentage. LeBron James is shooting 50% from the field. So LeBron James is averaging more points per game in this series than Julius Randle, and he's actually shooting a better percentage from the field than Julius Randle. In this series that Garvey came on the radio just too long ago and said he was outplaying LeBron James. But basketball is not only about scoring. So let's look at a system and getting people involved. So remember I said Randle is averaging 4.5 assists per game. LeBron James in this series now, assists per game, is 5.5 assists per game. So he's leading Julius Randle in that regard as well. All right? At 5.5. Let's look at steals per game. Julius Randle is operating at 0.8 steals per game in this series. LeBron James is averaging 2 steals per game. That's special. So he's way better from a steal standpoint than Julius Randle, who Garvey said is outplaying LeBron James in this series. Let's go to blocks per game. Remember, Julius Randle is a mere 0.3 blocks per game in this series. LeBron James in this series is a whopping 2.3 blocks per game in this series. Now, let's go to the other main statistical category, which is rebounds. Julius Randle is 5 rebounds per game in this series. LeBron James is 9.5 rebounds per game. So LeBron James scored more points in this series than Julius Randle. His shooting percentage is better than Julius Randle. He has more assists than Julius Randle. He has more rebounds than Julius Randle. He has more steals than Julius Randle. And he has more blocks than Julius Randle. So in all 5 important or the major statistical category, LeBron James is destroying Julius Randle. Yet Garvey come on the radio, and when I was talking about Luka, and that is where the difference is, that the best player on the Minnesota Timberwolves is outplaying the best player on the Lakers, which is Luka Doncic. He wanted to criticize and beat LeBron James and talking about the second best player on the Minnesota Timberwolves outplay. It is not true. It's a lie. You're wrong as usual. You lack objectivity. And it's not even close to show you how embarrassing his take was that Julius Randle is outplaying LeBron James. LeBron James has been the best defender in the series, arguably. And he has been very good on offense. Can be better. We know he can be better. But 26 points per game, shooting 50% from the field, that's a super second option. He's out-rebounding Randle, and he's passing better than Randle. You, Garvey, you're not credible when it comes down to certain sports athletes. You're not credible. Yeah, you need to stop it. All right? We go online, back online. Hello.
Zidane.
Good afternoon. This is Boxwood.
Yeah, what about Zidane?
Me there.
Quickly. My ear, Gavi and Countryman talking about this Shador issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, multiple things can be true at the same time. You see, the problem, the issue with Shador is not just because he's black, but the fact that he's black has something to do with it. Is it fair to say that?
Let me hear you. Break down that statement.
All right. Overall, let me explain something about the difference between the NFL and the NBA in America. So the NBA, the players are in control, right? The big stars, the NBA, the stars control the league, the face of the league. They have a lot more power. They have a lot more leverage. Them can team up and move and go form a super team in a second just based on hanging out together, right? The NFL, the power structure is a lot different. It's more top down. The league really have more control than the players do. We might tend to think that the quarterbacks, because of how much visibility them have a lot of control. But there are 53 players up on each NFL roster.
Yes.
And we generally have 3 or 4 quarterbacks and generally have one superstar quarterback. And on each team have a superstar in any case, right? So in the NFL, it's more of a situation where players don't have as much power as the NFL, as the NBA.
All right, hold the line. Interesting take. Hold the line, Boxer. Don't move. We'll take a break. We're coming.
The JSC Group, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, and JCSD Trustee Services, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market for over 45 years. The time by the Jamaica Stock Exchange Group is 2:15.
Tate's Pharmacy, Clarendon's super pharmacy, your one-stop solution for all your needs. We've got you covered. From prescription items to household essentials, toys, electronic items, and even an internet cafe. Come fill your prescription and stop at our deli for a scrumptious meal. Visit us at Shop 27 Bargain Village Mall, 35 Main Street, Maple, Clarendon, or call us at 986-2324 or 786-2222. You can WhatsApp your prescription to us at 876-313-8980 for a hassle-free experience. Tate's Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Clarendon College football team. Thank you for choosing Tate's Pharmacy, Clarendon's super pharmacy.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, welcome back. Back with the Boxwood.
Yeah, so the power structure is definitely different, Zidane. No, Shador was projected to probably be, at best, the number 5 pick. But any reasonable person expected him to go in at least the top 15 picks, to be sure.
How many picks you get in the first round? How many picks are there in the first?
Each team gets one, so you have 32 picks.
Wow.
And sometimes teams trade away the picks. So sometimes they have a team getting 2 or 3 or 4 sometimes, depending on how they traded the years before and stuff. So, but generally, each team gets one.
But my question though, if he's a top 5 quality pick, and the quarterback is such an important position, why nobody else outside the Giants? Because they cost the Giants, and I said the Giants should have picked him on the Giants races, you know. Because
I'm not necessarily cost the Giants, but Zidane, when you know about how the NFL works, it would be unfair, and it would be stupid to not think
that there was some sort of collusion in not drafting Shedeur Sanders in the first round of the NFL draft.
Yes.
Any reasonable person can come to that.
But what about
that
Countryman
conclusion.
argument
No,
that is his father, them not want him
no,
father?
assigning motive. In my opinion, is a multitude of situations. One, Adian's son.
Yeah.
And if you are going, everybody know, if you are going to draft Shedeur, you're also drafting Dion. That goes without saying.
So Countryman may have a point then.
There's baggage that's gonna come with this draft pick. Everybody know that.
Yes.
No, the question is, are his talents so great that you're willing to accept the other things that come with him? And there's a reasonable argument to be made that some teams, or most teams, did not think that it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go around that. However, there have also been situations like Dion's and Shedeur's that white quarterbacks have gone through and done, and they ended up being drafted. The Giants drafted Eli. Well, the Giants got Eli because of that, for example. And if you know anything about Eli and Peyton, one of probably the most powerful NFL families based on their dad.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a black man in America, there is no way you can look at this situation and say the fact that he's black have nothing to do with it, because it actually does, but it's not the total picture. On the football field, there were some grumblings and real footballing reasons why people would be hesitant to draft him as well, because one, he holds on to the ball too long at Colorado. He held on to the ball too long at Colorado. He took too many sacks. There's a certain sentiment out there that he's generally trying to play hero ball, and a lot of people don't like that. There are also reports of how he handled the draft process.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know anything about Dion, it's not unfair, and it wouldn't be weird to assume that some of those things happen that the people are saying. But the fact that he's black definitely has something to do with it, because you generally don't get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the draft process, or generally anything in sports in America. You will get less blight if you're black than if you're white. So a lot of multiple things can be true at the same time.
Yes. All right.
So
interesting. Your objective and fair take. Sound balance.
Yeah, man. Some collusion go on. If I put a gun to my head tomorrow, Pioneer's favorite term, some collusion go on. The problem is we're not likely to be able to prove it. I'm not sure if when a player is part of the draft process, if the Players Association represents him. And if they do, I can see some sort of a lawsuit coming at some point. But we'll see.
All right. Before you go, when you made that prediction to me, because you were talking to me and you said, all the talk and you think that Liverpool will win the league. And you gave some reasons. Congratulations on your big prediction, Guru.
All right.
Big up yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Luckily, he made it publicly on this platform. And he was talking to me the day when I told him that I like Arsenal and City to come second. He said, Arsenal and City. Until I hear you attack, I think Liverpool have the team. As long as they're healthy, you're going to win the Premier League. And guess what? The man team come true. Is that every year pick Liverpool now, so you can't argue say it's because he's a Liverpool fan making pick the league. It's a real prediction the man gave. So big up yourself, Baxwood, for that big prediction. And most people, including myself, had Liverpool to come third. All right, 615-2841. That's 615-2841. Go back online. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, dangerous in 5A. You good, Zidane?
Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah, flying solo today.
Yes, indeed.
Up here. Now, listen to me. And I want to say this to the callers listening to the program. There's a caller called Diego Ogilvy who calls this show. Has called this show for a lot of years. And after speaking to Orville and Zidane on Friday, I'm realizing now, and I have to put it out there, that Diego Ogilvy was correct all along. He was 100% correct when he told us from a long time ago that these guys, Orville Higgins, and Zidane, especially Orville, discussing sports on the radio, don't know anything about sports. And really and truly, a lot of the time, they belong somewhere else. Maybe in some Carlin Cooper classroom to discuss something else, maybe grammar or something, but they don't know anything about sports. Zidane, you are fast following Orville right down the path. How can you come on daytime radio and tell the public that the bowler is not a playing position in cricket?
It's not a playing position or not a fielding position?
The debate was that the wicket keeper is the most important playing position.
No, not
a cricket
not
team.
playing position. Fielding.
What do you mean? What?
No. The discussion was never about if it's a playing.
No, excuse me. The discussion was that the wicket keeper is the most important fielder in cricket.
Fielding, yes.
No. Don't do that.
That was the argument.
The discussion started from football where you all said that. Listen to me, big man. The discussion started from the discussion where you all said that the goalkeeper was the most important position in football, and Orville said similarly, the wicketkeeper is the most important position in cricket.
No, man, he said fielding.
Big man is lie at hell.
No, it's not lie. It's fielding position.
It's not even mistake. I make it's lie.
No, he said fielding position.
Sir, it's a lie. You are
no.
The goalkeeper is the most important.
Why are you going back to the goalkeeper? I'm saying to you when
you all keep repeating.
No,
you all keep repeating and correcting that you're not.
No, when the example was given,
you're talking position, and you said the wicketkeeper is the most important position in cricket.
No, man, he was talking about fielding, but he said it's
really no.
Yeah, man, he was clear.
So this is not the correction.
He was explicit.
Okay, cool.
No, man, he was explicit.
Okay,
He said,
okay. Let's go along with this thing where you said, because no, you said it's not playing position.
No, he said fielding position.
No. The most ridiculous thing this thing here in my life. This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my life.
You don't agree that?
No, it is. But, sir, 1 minute.
Yes.
Is there a fielding position called wicketkeeper?
They don't feel him a field, why?
I'm going to ask you the question again. I know that there's a fielding position at slip, and we said the player is at slip. I know there's a fielding position called cover, and the fielder is at cover. Is there a fielder who fields at wicketkeeper?
Isn't the wicketkeeper fielding?
I'm going to ask you the question again. Is there a fielding position on the field called wicketkeeper? Or is there a person functioning as the wicketkeeper on the team?
Isn't the wicketkeeper fielding?
Okay, there's a person functioning as the wicketkeeper on the field. There isn't a fielding position called wicketkeeper.
Isn't the wicketkeeper?
Nobody's fielding at wicketkeeper.
Yeah, but I'm saying the wicketkeeper is
nobody is fielding at wicketkeeper. Somebody fields at cover. Hey, somebody fields at cover.
I can't complete a sentence.
Somebody fields at cover. Go ahead.
I can't complete a sentence on the radio.
Yeah, man, because it's foolishness here. So I expect better than that from you.
All right.
And you know some rate already. So complete your sentence.
What I'm saying to you is that the only thing that the wicketkeeper does on the cricket field when this team is on the field is field. All of the skill set that
fields as well, you know.
No, when the bowler is bowling,
the bowler fields as well, you know. You know that, right?
Yeah, but predominantly when he's bowling, he's not.
No, but you realize that the bowler fields as well, right?
No, man, but that's maybe when a ball come back to him, boss. But he's bowling.
No, but you realize that you know that there's a position called straight hit behind the bowler.
No, but what I'm saying,
why doesn't the captain put a field?
No, we're being real now. We're being real now, do I, Chattu? We're not just trying to win arguments. When the bowler is bowling the boss, he's trying to get the batsman out predominantly. He's not running down ball predominantly and trying to run him out and trying to catch.
But Zidane,
he's trying to get him out.
Zidane.
So
the bowler fields. The bowler take catches. The bowler effect run up.
No, not predominant, but I hear.
No. Wait, boss. Also, because you have a bowler, the captain generally doesn't put a fielder at what they call straight hit, which is the fielding position.
All right. Let me ask you a question. You said the bowler is a fielding position.
Yes. No, the bowler fields as well. There isn't a fielding
all right, so he's fielding. Hold on, man.
But the bowler is
hold on
as well.
So we're going to come to the crux of the matter now, because that's not the real argument. The real argument is which.
The real argument is what is the most important position on a cricket
when you're
team.
fielding. No, do I? You're trying to change it. When you're fielding.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to change the argument because this argument started with quarterbacks and goalkeepers.
No. Do I? Nice try. Here, do I? Very nice.
What I mean nice, sir? Everybody who
In the
listens
field.
to this program
In the field.
knows that this discussion started with goalies being the most important position, and Orville went on a limb and said, similarly, the wicket keeper is the most important position and thing.
All right, 5 minutes dangerous.
Put it on the mouth because you, number one, didn't know that the bowler is a playing position in cricket.
No, we never argue. No. Dwight, I'm going to. Dwight, no, do that. I never said the bowler is not a playing position. Of course, it's a play. The play must play. And we were talking about.
You also sound like you didn't know that the bowler was a fielder.
It's not a fielding position. What? I don't know if the bowler is a fielder.
No, I never said he's a fielder.
But when
it's a fielding position, but the wicket keeper is also not a fielding.
Oh, so you agree? So you agree that the bowler? Hold on. Hold on. So you know agree?
There's no
position. Hold on, Dwight. Hold on. Turn down the white mic. Turn down the white mic. Turn down the white mic. I'm not going to have it today because he's not allowing me to. As a matter of fact, Dwight, you're 5 minutes up. We have a nice day. You say you're dangerous in 5 minutes gone. Have a nice day, Dwight. People, Dwight Chattu is another dishonest one. Dwight Chattu is trying to shift the argument. What Orville said the day when he was talking is that, like in cricket, the most important fielder is the wicket keeper. And Orville is dead right. The most important fielder for the fielding team is the wicket keeper. The bowler is bowling to try to get the batsman out while he's bowling. That's what he's doing. He's not predominantly there to catch the ball, to run out people. It happens because if a man drive a ball and it goes straight back to him, he can't catch it out here. Or him can stop the ball with him foot or so. But usually, the bowlers don't feel the ball in the cricket games when they are bowling. So Orville is dead right. Dwight Chattu sounds like a madman. So the most important fielder on the fielding team is the wicket keeper. That's just logic, my boss, if you understand how to think logically. But Dwight Chattu was trying to muddy the water just now, talking about playing position. There was no discussion about playing position. Everybody who play is playing. We take a break. We're coming.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Dangel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
A national power outage has forced play to be suspended for the day at the Madrid Open. Organizers say there will be no more action on Monday in order to guarantee general safety. Suez of Spain and Portugal have been without power since about midday local time, affecting public transport, card payments, mobile networks, though power is starting to return in some regions. And that's your sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Dangel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich financing.
Stop the sneeze. Grab some DPH.
I'm congested. DPH.
DPH. Mommy, I have a runny nose.
Come and take some DPH.
Getting rid of a cold or allergies is easy. Take DPH in adult or children's formulation and eliminate your sniffling, coughing, sneezing, and itching. DPH. Minimize the symptoms, maximize the relief. Another great product from the Caramed Group.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as the Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally, where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
Are you interested in working in media? Well, this may very well be your chance. Omega Radio is seeking persons to fill the positions of receptionist, traffic coordinator, accountant, and sales executives. If you think you have the right attitude and the drive to be a part of this team, then WhatsApp or call 876-204-9356 or email us at omegaradio@theomegachurch.com.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back, listeners. Let me show you how Dwight Chateau doesn't understand how to reason intelligently. And remember, he's a cricket man in here. He doesn't follow any other sport, really. He only follows cricket. So this is cricket now. So he knows about cricket. But now, knowing about cricket is one thing. But are you able to intelligently discuss cricket? Dwight Chateau lacks the intelligence in terms of discussing sports. Because when you come out on the cricket field, so you're going to field. You win the toss and you decide to field. And you say, Harry, go to slip. He knows where to go. First slip. John, you're in second slip. He knows where to go. Whoever is in the gully, you know where to go. The man that you see coming out with the gloves and the pads in the field, you know where he's going to go. He's a fielder. And he knows his fielding position. So yes, the wicketkeeper is a fielding position. He's a fielder. That's the only thing he does, field. We know when you're in the field, what you do. You try to stop runs, try to run out people, and take catches. That's all the wicketkeeper does. He try to stump people or run them out, take catches, fielding skill set. That's all he does. Then he's not a fielder. What is Dwight Chateau trying to tell us? He's a fielder. He's fielding behind the stumps. That's the position that he will take up right throughout the game. It's the most important fielding position. But the bowler now, listeners. So I was trying to ask him when he was trying to run away because he must switch to one, say the bowler is not a fielding position when he said something differently last week. I was trying to get him now to understand that if the bowler doesn't stop the ball, if it's driven back to him or is taking a catch, he's not operating as a fielder. So him can be the most important fielder, even if you're going to consider the bowler. Let's give him and say the bowler is a fielder. He's a fielding position and he's a fielder. While he's bowling, he's not the most important fielder now. Because he's not demonstrating, for the most part, fielding skill set. He's trying to set up the batsman to bat the ball in the hands of other fielders. With a wicketkeeper, with a slip, with a gully, with a cover, with a mid-wicket. Or he's trying to bowl him or get him out ABW. That is what generally the bowler is doing now. So he can't be the most important fielder, Bramble Dwight. The most important fielder must be the wicketkeeper. Because when those balls are left alone by the batsman, if he miss them, you're going to go down to the boundary for 4. You're going to get runs. And if you touch the edge and go through to him and him drop it, it's a missed opportunity. Stomping everything, the wicketkeeper, he is the most important fielder. That's simple. That was the argument. That's the point that was being made, Dwight Chateau. But guess what? You can't read the sports, my boss. You don't follow any other sport but cricket, but you don't reason it well. That's why you came on the radio a couple of months ago and said if a man make ducks in both innings after the first ball, he did enough to help his team to win. That's how you reason, do I? You don't understand how to read the sports, my boss. Back online. Hello.
There.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. That's a long way about those Zidane. Zidane.
Yes.
You never feel no way about that line that they say on Friday, did you?
No.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. And if you did get offended, I apologize.
No, I don't get offended easily. Whereas that the Chattu was calling me a liar, I mean I have no problem with it. You say me a liar.
Yeah, man, because that was never my intention.
No.
I was just saying, your mother influences you from the womb to the tomb. That was really my point I was making.
Listen, be different, my boss. Me don't get offended easily.
All right, fair enough. All right, Preacher said some stuff on Friday. Preacher's child's play. So I'll move on for a little bit, right? I will get to it eventually because he called me a hypocrite. So you know that will definitely get addressed. I want to talk a little bit about the Shador and some NBA. I want to talk about the NBA quickly first.
Yes.
The New York Knicks got robbed. No, not the New York Knicks. Sorry, the Detroit Pistons basketball. They got robbed. I think the NBA needs to do similar to the NFL, where when it's the last minute of the game, even if your challenges are gone, the NBA can still review the play. If you understand what I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't agree.
Yeah, because the most important thing is to get the call right, and they got that call blatantly wrong.
You're only saying that because the game was close, though. Because if it was the last minute of the game and they were up by 5, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't care.
But the whole point is to get it right. The thing is, that call affected the outcome of the game.
But the referees were officiating the game like that right through the 40.
No, but that was a blatant foul, though.
But I saw blatant.
Yeah, but he's supposed to make that shot.
But
he gets fouled like that.
I'm saying to you, I saw blatant fouls going and not being called right through the 48 minutes of the game.
But on a jump shot like that, no, man, that was ridiculous.
The reason why you're talking about it is because it was the last second shot.
Yeah, because it came at the most important time.
I'm saying to you, no. It's not the most important. But I'm saying to you, they need to be consistent. You can't blatantly foul me and don't call it in the first quarter, the second quarter, and then because
no, all blatant fouls should be called.
Exactly. So I'm saying why you need to review that one.
The thing is, they have challenges for that in the first
but I'm saying to you, they were out of challenges for them problem that.
Point, so they should do similar to the.
No. The coaches must keep them challenged till late in the game, then, my boss. I don't agree.
No. But that's a referee mistake. Detroit.
But I'm saying referee mistakes are made right through the game.
Watch this. Detroit had 2 challenges. They got both their challenges right, correct?
Yes.
And they still got robbed.
All right. So, this is where this is where what I would do. Once you get your challenges right, you must not lose the challenge, my boss. Even if you challenge twice, as long as you keep getting it right, you must keep getting a challenge. That's what they must change.
I can work with that as well.
That's what they must change.
I can work with that as well, but I think I'd rather that minute. All right. So it was a good. It's excellent games in New York, Detroit. Excellent games. I love to see what is coming back in Detroit because Chris Webber was there.
Yeah.
The only person I never see was like Rasheed Wallace and Joe Dumars. But all the other big Pistons, one of them is Bill Lamberta, but like the Isaiah Thomas, the Jalen Roses. Jalen Rose didn't play for Detroit, but we all know that he went to Michigan, right? So a lot of the Michigan and Detroit people were there. I love that.
Yes, man. The atmosphere was great as well. It was sweet, man. It was a great game.
Indeed. The Clippers versus Denver, another fantastic series. Kawhi is doing his thing. James Harden, surprisingly, is playing pretty decent. Norman Powell, all of them are playing good. And the Joker's doing what
Let me ask you this now, because you were one. I don't remember which side of that. No, I know Pioneer was leaning towards Shea. We're not talking about MVP. We're talking about who's the best now. Looking at what we have seen thus far, now remember, Shea is playing a far lesser opponent than Joker is clearly the best player in the world, my boss. It should not even be debated ever again, my boss. You're a Pioneer. Do not say that out of your mouth again that anybody is playing basketball now is better than Nikola Jokic. Don't say it again.
He's definitely
clear. The man is.
It's nothing. To me, it's not close.
It's not close. The man is an alien basketball player.
Yeah, man. All right. So get to a little.
And your thing, you see your thing, plus minus.
Yeah.
You might run that, my boss. So you up more than anybody should rate him, Because when he's off the court, the Nuggets come like a play.
Chris Lynch, I'll be listening.
when he's off the court, Denver coming like a playing team. And when it's on the court, they can compete with the best in the game.
No, agreed. Hopefully he gets some help next year. Same thing with Giannis. Both of them need help.
Yes.
Speaking of Giannis, it was very sad to see Dame Lillard go down. He's got an Achilles injury, and you know Dame is about 35, 36. So for him to come back from that at this stage of his career, it's going to be tough. But clearly, we're wishing the best for a big top baller.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Zidane, I said to you maybe about 2 weeks back, I said that I'm not sold on Luka Doncic. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I also said that what I can't remember what the numbers are, but I told you Luka's crunch time stats, and I told you LeBron's crunch time stats, and I said that LeBron in the clutch is significantly better than Luka Doncic, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is in the regular season we're talking about.
Yes.
And I said in the fourth quarter, it's going to be very interesting to see who has the ball in their hands. And you know who has the ball in his hands coming down the stretch?
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. And what did he do with it?
Yeah, but I don't remember you.
Wet the bed.
I don't remember you saying. I agree with you. Wetting the bed in the clutch. But I didn't remember you saying you're not sold on him in the clutch. You said it does not sold.
No, I'm not sold in the period. I'm not sold in the period.
Yeah, but he's brilliant. He's brilliant generally.
But I know. But I brought up the whole time statistics.
In the crunch time, you're right, man.
Who's going to get the ball? And
no, and I said it to Gabriel. You're dead right about the clutch, my boss. That's the difference in the series thus far. Ant-Man, when even not even the clutch alone, you know, when the game is getting away from him, big points, big moments, big shots.
And the thing is,
we're not seeing that from Luka.
Here's what I think JJ Redick's making a big mistake. I'm a virgin face to say it too. And I said KD used to do it, and it used to make me so upset. Which is bring the ball up the floor. When you're a superstar like a KD or like a Luka, right? Wait a
hold the line, man. Because you sound very good on the radio. Hold the line. We'll take a break.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel? Make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get a thing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a no Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, Ria, check your phone, your money land. VMBS money transfer. CFA, faster, easier. Sign up for VMBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, we time no line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. VMBS money transfer.
Can't even no, without you holding my hand.
Praise the Lord. Greetings and salutations to all of our wonderful, wonderful friends all over Jamaica. Listen, this is Dr. John Wayne Manning from Omega Church and Omega Radio. It has always been my dream to establish community work here in Jamaica. Television, church, humanitarian work here in Jamaica. And as you know, we have been doing the radio since 2022. The time has come that we're calling all helper, kingdom-minded citizens, putting together this team in Jamaica. We're looking for helpers, kingdom-minded helpers, from hospitality, humanitarian, administration, coordination, media, for television and radio production. If you're looking for more and you'd like to be a part of this team from Omega Center, Jamaica, I'd like you to give me a call. 876-204-9356. If you'd like to do more, serve more. This is for serious leaders that really, really want to make an impact in the life of our fellow Jamaicans for the Lord Jesus Christ. Text me at that line, and a member of my US team or European team will reach out back to you. Thank you, and God bless you. I hope you're ready to serve. Text me at 876-204-9356. A member of my team will reach out to you expeditiously to expedite this help. Omega Center Jamaica, local team invitation. Be a part of it. Let's change Jamaica and make Jamaica great again.
Down on my knees.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
G-Star, back with you.
Let me just say this, and please, I don't want an argument about it. The conversation was always about positions. It was never about quote-unquote fielding positions. All right, moving on to the basket.
No. What Orville had said, that the wicketkeeper is the most important fielding position.
No, man, it was always about position. It wasn't fielding position. But anyway, let me move.
No,
let me move on.
no, come on, no, man, G-Star. No, man, you're not being truthful.
That's my opinion.
You're not being truthful,
No,
G-Star.
I said what I said. I'm moving on. I said what I said. All right?
Didn't you hear Orville said on the radio when people brought up Viv Richards, when Garvey brought up Viv Richards, Orville said Viv Richards is not batting is not a fielding position. He was talking about in the field. That's from the get-go. That was right from the get-go, my boss.
All right.
Yeah.
So back to the Lakers now. I see Luka Doncic did something very, very disrespectful to Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves got the rebound, and Luka Doncic went over to Austin Reeves and took the ball out of him. And I'm like, what is Luka doing? You're disrespecting them. Austin Reeves is no all-star, but you can't do that, Luka. You would never do that to LeBron James.
Yeah,
Don't do that again.
I agree with you.
And then no, my thing about Luka, and this is on JJ Redick. They're pressing Luka Doncic from him inbound the ball.
Yes.
Why not let Austin Reeves bring up the ball to save some of Luka's legs?
I agree with you.
Luka's tired by the fourth quarter. Why? Because he's always bringing up the ball under pressure.
Yes.
Make Austin Reeves bring up the ball. Make the youth
Yes.
Goodwin bring up the ball.
Yes.
My gosh, it's very simple. And then
JJ Redick had a wonderful regular season. Give him credit for that, for a new coach, but he has been horrible in this series.
Yeah, and I think playing them on them so much minutes.
Madness, my boss.
I can understand if you're down by 10
But
and you play everybody.
When you were up by 12, people have said 10, they were up by 12 at one point.
Yeah, but when you're up by 12, that is the time to give them a break.
Yes, my
and
boss.
You can give them a break. Phil Jackson used to always do this. Is it like a minute before the third quarter finish?
Yes.
Give them that time because they'll get the fourth quarter and like a minute after the fourth quarter.
Excellent
so
stuff.
Even though you gave them a 2-minute break, it's really like a 10-minute break.
Excellent stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I understand the point, man. So they get a little break when it's actually a break, plus the minute and plus the minute after. You're right.
Yeah, man. So Warriors to the world tonight. I expect the Warriors to handle business, whether Jimmy plays or not. Steph Curry is being the Chef Curry, cooking up in that kitchen and killing them. Oh, and by the way, Draymond Green had one of the toughest.
Yes.
Trash talk,
Yeah, man.
Jalen Green. You heard what he said?
No, I didn't hear.
The man said, "Go paint your nails," because Jalen Green paints his nails. The man said, "Yo, go paint your nails, Bridget. Go paint your nails." So it's gonna be hotly. When I say hotly contested tonight, hotly contested tonight.
But I like the Warriors. I said before to you as well that the Warriors will win out at home. That's how I have it. So Warriors will go up 3-1, and then Houston might win the other one, and then Warriors win back at home.
All right. So quickly to the Shador Sanders. No.
Yes.
A lot of what Box. Well, 99.9% of what Boxwood said was pretty good. In terms of the countryman though, I'm going to give you an actual scenario. Deion Sanders came out and said that he does not want Shador to be playing for certain teams, right? And when he said certain teams, what he's talking about is the bottom feeder teams. So you know who he's talking about, Zidane? Mm-hmm. He's talking about the Cleveland Browns of the world, the Vegas Raiders of the world. So he's talking about the bad teams. He said he doesn't want Shador to go to bad organizations, right? He would have preferred Shador to go to New York. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. What happens when New York doesn't want you? Because he ended up getting drafted by Cleveland.
Oh, this is a good point. So the father spoke and was dismissing certain teams.
Yeah, which is what Countryman was saying, but he didn't really explain it to the 100.
Yes, not like you are. Yes, so I see the point.
And you have to understand, there's a limit.
So they were spiting the father pretty much then.
Maybe.
The others, we'll say, all right. They're trying to take
limited, but hold on. If you want this my organization and say you don't want your son to come to my organization, if I don't think he's that great,
yes,
why am I going to draft him?
Yeah, I see the point.
Or at least let him wait.
This sounds like more realistic.
But saying all that though, that does not mean that there isn't a racist element in this. Here's why. Because yes, quarterbacks got drafted. A quarterback went first. There's another quarterback from Alabama named Jalen Milroe. He got drafted as well, right? But here's the problem with Deion, and this is what I don't get Zidane. Deion Sanders played in the NFL, and he was exemplary player. He never got into trouble. Plus, he worked for the NFL Network, and the NFL owns the NFL Network, right?
Yes.
But what I'm saying is he never got into trouble. He was a model citizen. So why would they still want to spite Deion? But here's the thing with Deion now, this black man Deion. He's rich, he's secure, and he's braggadocious, right? Plus, he said what he said. As the other guy said, other quarterbacks have done the same things they've done.
Which makes Boxwood point.
Yes, yeah. And they have a saying in America, and maybe Canada says it. They say that when you're a black man living in those countries, you have to be twice as good as the white person to get the same job, right? So I think that is the kind of case. It's not that they wouldn't have drafted Shador early if he was extremely talented enough. But the NFL is telling you that they don't believe Shador is that talented for them to draft them that high, and he comes with baggage. But the other side of it as well is that they're kind of going against Deion because Deion also comes with baggage too, because Deion is outspoken, so they might not want, if you're a backup quarterback, Zidane, they don't necessarily want a backup quarterback to cause distractions. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I understand the point.
That's why a player like Cam Newton is not in the league. Cam Newton deserves to be in the league,
Yeah.
But because he's a backup quarterback, he's not great enough, they don't want the distraction. So it's a myriad of reasons, but race is definitely involved in it. And I personally hope Shador comes out next year, has a chip on his shoulder, and balls out. And I love the fact how he's taking it as well. He's taking it in stride, and he's being very grateful because the most important thing in life for me is getting your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door now, it's up to you to make it in life.
All right. Here's one question before you go.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a white potential draft that people thought would have been drafted high and fell way down?
No.
I can't remember any.
Aaron Rodgers slipped in the draft because of his arrogance, But he slipped from maybe like a top 5 to the 23rd.
But there you go. So there's an example of a white quarterback who was extreme. You're talking about Aaron Rodgers was an elite talent.
Yeah, but the fall wasn't nearly as.
Yeah, but this guy that you're talking about is not Aaron Rodgers.
No, but the fall is to the 5th round.
So look how good Aaron Rodgers was, and you say he went from top 5 to 20.
Yes.
Because of his arrogance. So it means it's not only. So you can't come on and say yes, it's race. It's racism.
No, but what I'm saying, Zidane, is the fall. This is that unprecedented fall.
All right, my boss, I hear you.
All right,
cool. You see, people, that's what the G-Star and Boxwood come for reason. They don't come for. You don't know who you talk about. You see them say it's not the only thing. It could be it. They're not definitively saying that is it. It's because he's black. See the man make a point there. Look how Aaron Rodgers is talented. All the talk of people say Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Tom Brady. Would a lot say he's the greatest quarterback of all time. And he was always a bigger talent. Yet G-Star is saying that because of his arrogance, a lot of teams didn't take him. And he was potentially seen as a top 5 draft pick. That happens, my boss. But you want us to believe that, yes, it's only because he's black. Are you not looking at the other side? All right, we'll take a break, Miss Marian. We're coming back.
The Trend-Setting Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins,
and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews,
as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Can't even no, without you holding my hand.
Praise the Lord. Greetings and salutations to all of our wonderful, wonderful friends all over Jamaica. Listen, this is Dr. John Wayne Manning from Omega Church and Omega Radio. It has always been my dream to establish community work here in Jamaica. Television, church, humanitarian work here in Jamaica. And as you know, we have been doing the radio since 2022. The time has come that we're calling all helper, kingdom-minded citizens, putting together this team in Jamaica. We're looking for helpers, kingdom-minded helpers from hospitality, humanitarian, administration, coordination, media for television and radio production. If you're looking for more and you'd like to be a part of this team from Omega Center, Jamaica, I'd like you to give me a call. 876-204-9356. If you'd like to do more, serve more. This is for serious leaders that really, really want to make an impact in the life of our fellow Jamaicans for the Lord Jesus Christ. Text me at that line, and a member of my US team or European team will reach out back to you. Thank you and God bless you. I hope you're ready to serve. Text me at 876-204-9356. A member of my team will reach out to you expeditiously to expedite this help. Omega Center Jamaica, local team invitation. Be a part of it. Let's change Jamaica and make Jamaica great again.
Down on my knees, I've learned to stay.
Go straight to Western Sports for all your track and field needs, like spikes, high jump equipment, throwing implements, hurdles, not to mention your team tracksuits, running tights, vests, and shorts.
The time by Western Sports, the sports people, is
3 o'clock.
Greetings to your listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Right, thank you much. Time for our second musical selection, brought to you by HK Paints for people who dream in color. This one is by Jermaine Edwards, My Champion.
I am grateful for the love you gave to me. My heart is overwhelmed. I don't wanna call you only when I'm in need. I want your presence to stay with me.
success if success never came from you? How can I say my dreams are accomplished if my dreams weren't sent by you? All I'm saying, nothing really matters. Jesus, if I can't feel you, oh. For the sake of your name, Lord, forgive my iniquity. Give me understanding so I can keep your laws with dignity. You fill my heart with joy. Oh, merciful, oh Lord, I love you. Oh, I'm saying, Jesus, your presence is so dear to me. Your glory is all I need. Praise Jesus' name. Oh. I'm saying, Jesus, your presence is so dear to me. Your glory is all I need. Praise Jesus' name. Jesus, no foreign God could ever take your place. The walking your mercy and your grace. Oh, your grace. From age to age, forever on you reign. Oh, reign. No foreign God could ever take your place. The walking your mercy and your grace. Oh, your grace. From age to age, forever Lord, you reign. You reign in power, you reign in my life, Lord, you reign forever and ever in dominion, you reign in power, you reign in my life, Lord, you reign forever, ever, ever, reign.
People, I'm here thinking and I'm looking and I'm realizing because I didn't even take note of it, because I was looking, I like Luka Doncic as a player. And he has been great in the series, But against this particular team, because what happened to the Minnesota Timberwolves is that they had some injuries to major pieces right throughout the season. So they were kind of up and down as they realized the record is still very close to the Los Angeles Lakers record. But when they are whole, when everybody's key players are healthy, they are literally people, top 10 in offense and defense. The only other teams in that regard is the Thunders, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Boston Celtics. That is the elite group that the Minnesota Timberwolves are in, and because they were off the radar one time because of the injuries, we didn't even remember how good they were. G-Star did come one day and brought them up and say, watch the Timberwolves, because of what they did last season, who they have. And so they were a really good team. So I know just only being great from Luka Doncic wouldn't be enough for the Lakers. And I still took the Lakers to win because I thought he would be greater. Especially, it may be closer than I think, but I think the difference in the series as far as that, Ant-Man is outperforming Luka as a scorer. I think that is the difference. And he's shooting 43% from three. And in today's NBA, 3-point shooting from the guard position is crucial, it's paramount to your success. And he's shooting 40% from three, while Luka is 36%. Luka Doncic, 3-point shooting percentage has to go up to 40. Has to go up to 40. He has to be more prolific from three. Yeah. This Lakers are going to get bounced in the first round. It's been close enough for you to think that Lakers can come back. Just win a game at home, put them under pressure to close out at home, and you see what happened in game 7 it goes there. So, but they have to just win. I just think they have to find a way that both LeBron and Luka are fresh in the fourth quarter. But Luka, you're young. You don't have no excuse. LeBron can say it's 40, but LeBron James is so amazing if you look at the numbers that I just pointed out. Defensively, he was a juggernaut yesterday on the defensive end, and he needs to be. So Luka and Reeves, you have to take it up the thing offensively on the other end, man. You have to take it up and deal with it. Especially you, Austin Reeves. I think you can give us more, but Luka needs to understand that he can. He hasn't been playing with him for too long, but Austin Reeves can bring it. So you can trust him. I think that's it. But the main reason is that give Ant-Man his credit. He's outperforming and a special talent in Luka Doncic. That's what Ant-Man has been doing in this series. That's the difference. All right, we go back online. Hello.
New York.
Good afternoon, Diego.
Okay, I'm getting through. Kingston. A city so nice they name it twice.
Yes.
All right, let's go back. Didn't you pick the Lakers to win the NBA championship?
No, I didn't know such thing about.
Okay, no. I just want to make sure.
I have the Boston Celtics repeating, and I had that long ago.
Oh, sorry. You had the Lakers to be the final.
In the Western Conference final. Okay. I definitely had them in the Western Conference final for sure.
Okay. Don't get upset.
They look like me. I'll get that wrong. No, man, but me never have them to win it. Me have Boston to win it all.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Boston to win it all, but yeah, that's where I got it.
Yes.
Lakers to finals.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Let's go to the. First of all, let's touch the base. The Sanders thing, the NFL, right?
Yes.
No. Knowing the history of the NFL and their quarterback position, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you see a player ranked to be a top 5 player, the second ranked quarterback could have been the first based on all the experts coming out to the NFL draft. When you see a player goes from being a top 5 or top 2 quarterback to number 144, what's wrong now with a fan saying, it smells, it doesn't pass the sniff test, and ascribe racism to it? What's wrong with that? Because nobody knows the actual facts.
Wouldn't you need to have the evidence to say those sort of things that, it's racism? Is racism a serious thing in America?
No. When you say racism, there's nothing wrong, though.
Can you go on national? Can you go on national?
You're not saying it is.
Can you say that? Can you say the reason why the Giants didn't pick?
No, we're not talking national team. We're talking about Psycho Garvey up on the radio station.
No, and I'm asking you, could Garvey go on national calling in America and say the Giants are racist?
I'm talking about calling a radio station.
Can he call a radio station in America and say the Giants organization is a racist organization and that's why they didn't pick?
Oh man, they've been saying no. A lot of the national in America, the talk radios and the stations are saying it smells like racism. It smells. They're not saying it is. You can
no. No, did they target any one franchise? That's what I'm asking.
They targeting, but why I'm talking about when you say target everyone.
But why other black quarterbacks were drafted? Why other black quarterbacks? Why the others didn't smell?
But if you give me a chance, I'm trying to tell you. For example, because I don't know where you're going with that. Because now you're asking me to talk.
No, but I'm saying to you, weren't there other people? Weren't there other black quarterbacks? Weren't there other black quarterbacks drafted in this year's draft?
So doesn't mean that it can't be racism.
I never said about. I'm saying you have to come with some. You have to come with some good arguments. Then Since
could it be collusion?
No, what I'm saying, it could be anything.
Oh, okay, right.
It could be because him here short or tall.
So what I know, yeah, but
or him don't dress. Him don't dress.
No racism, no. He's short, no.
It could be because he doesn't dress well.
But listen now.
It could be because they don't like his dressing. It could be anything.
Tell me when I can talk.
Go ahead now.
Okay. Now, there's also the argument that it's the cockiness of his father. Correct?
It could be anything. Yeah.
I'm right. But when they say accept that though, but I have a problem with a man called on the race card.
So why would
let me give you an example
yes,
now. Let's give a chance to talk no man.
Yes.
Are you going to talk?
No man, I said go ahead. No man, you're making the point, man. Go ahead.
Boss, you can disagree with me on everything. You can't say giving you my positions on things that have been said about it. Can I do it?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
It doesn't mean we don't have to agree. It's not a gospel. There's no evidence of anything. That's what's called talk radio.
Okay, go ahead. Let me not put forward my disagreements and our questions.
For example.
Yes.
No, for example, the argument now that Deion Sanders is a problem, Him cocky, Him go out to tell people, say, him son, certain Stevens to stay away from his son. Right? You can draw that card too, correct?
Hear you.
All right.
Hold it.
Come back.
Yeah, hold it. We'll take a break. We'll come in.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as the Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's a 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, a 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's a 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally. Where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
Are you interested in working in media? Well, this may very well be your chance. Omega Radio is seeking persons to fill the positions of receptionist, traffic coordinator, accountant, and sales executives. If you think you have the right attitude and the drive to be a part of this team, then WhatsApp or call 876-204-9356 or email us at omegaradio@theomegachurch.com.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back to the show. Back with you, Diego.
Yeah, man. Come off, man, get to Badger and get to Dwight Chateau, so give me a chance. Yeah. So, for example, as I was saying, Zidane now, people are coming out with their theory that Deion Sanders chat too much. Him tell him son, him say, clubs enough for certain clubs enough for select him or whatever. The owners have not said that's the reason why he went from 5 to 144. But then we hear this now, Zidane. Archie Manning came out and said that about his son Eli Manning coming out of college. And he was drafted number one. So anybody can come up with anything until we have the evidence. So we all have a sniff test that it doesn't pass. Now, Baggio, no.
Yes.
Baggio. Before I get to Baggio, I forgot to say this, because we had right to with it. When I said it 10 years ago, and you are witness to it, when after calling the show for the first time, Sports Desk, after 6-7 months, I realized, I said, Orville, you should go to the University of West Indies because you don't debate sports, you debate the English grammar skillfully.
Mm-hmm.
So back to this thing now, position.
Yeah.
I thought the argument was that the bowler was not a position or Zidane. That's not the argument.
Yes.
So you agree that a bowler is a position then?
No.
A bowler is not a position?
Not a feeling position.
No. Forget about feeling now. Just use my thing.
No, man, but his fielding position was ever there, always.
Let me ask you a question again.
Yes.
Is bowling a position in cricket?
Batting is a position in cricket.
I'm asking. So yes.
You have opening bat.
No, yeah, Jesus Christ.
You have.
So you agree, says yes.
So you believe that we were comparing opening bat with wicket keepers?
Jesus Christ, but you have to answer my questions and don't make it. Is bowling a position in the game of cricket?
The argument was never about that.
I'm not asking you that.
Fielding position.
Asking you a question.
Fielding position.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, let me answer your question.
Let me come on the room and ask the question again.
Yes.
Is bowling a position in cricket, Zidane Matthews?
Yes.
Okay, move on. Now back to Maggio now.
Mm-hmm.
Maggio is missing the reasons you're trying to help him with Leon Bailey.
Yes.
How can Maggio not understand when you try to say to me, Maggio, you said that Craig Butler came into Leon Bailey at 7, correct?
Yes.
So Maggio, what Zidane is trying to tell you, stop what you're doing and listen. There was 100 on a 7. Leon Bailey, there must have been talented 7-year-olds just like Leon Bailey at that age in Jamaica that went to Harborview
and Cavalier, Arnett Gardens,
yes. Mumbai High,
yes.
Went to Santos,
yes.
Went to Boystown. How them not create the reach with Leon Bailey?
Exactly.
You must give Craig Butler credit.
Exactly.
I don't understand these people. The first thing is give on to Caesar what is due to Caesar.
Yeah.
What is about your point?
Indeed. You know, Alex.
He's not even listening to you.
He's not listening to me. It's an argument, but you just come for your argument, listening to what I'm saying.
So Leon Bailey was born to play soccer, and Craig Butler was just lucky.
And swiftly moving Leon Bailey from around his peers, his age group, and he realized that he was far ahead of them, was part of the development, the skills, because not a lot of Jamaican clubs understand that. So you have a man who's a 10-year-old youth, there you go. He play under 12. He scored 35 goals in the under 12. You play him next year in under. What Craig Butler did was say, no more under 12 for you. Under 15. And then Leon Bailey again did well in under 15. I say, what? Under 6-17 you're going to play against. That's a part of how the strategy to develop people. When I forget him full credit.
But genius. The fact that he took him, that I'm sure he's very few that did it. Take him from a certain young age and did what he did in Europe, where the tabernacle of football is, the university of football. To be you have to even give him credit for that move, because they must have taken it as a sacrifice.
Yes.
To expose him to the tabernacle of football.
Yes, lot of investment.
Why is it that Baggio don't have a problem giving the man a percentage? But if you don't like the man, Baggio, if you don't like him personality, if you don't like him attitude, they didn't like Muhammad. A lot of people didn't like Muhammad Ali and him ego and him attitude. People are not going to like you for your attitude.
Indeed.
But you have to separate the two from not liking somebody as a personality, because the man is not your father, the man is not your brother. You don't have to talk to this man. To separate and analyze football and give percentage credit what's supposed to do. Just like you give credit to Muhammad Ali as the greatest, whether you like him personality or not. Martin Luther King had to say it. Whether you like this man or not and him religion, you have to respect his achievement. That's a Christian to a Muslim. Praise the Lord Jesus. So let's keep going now. The next one now. There was one other thing I had to talk to you about.
Basketball.
Oh. Well, there were so many other things. Not basketball. Sanders. We talked about Sanders already. Oh, Asafa. Finish up with Asafa.
Okay.
Again. You know what the word, what is it? Conflate, or you see when somebody comes out and talk, they say a lot, they're spontaneous, and they say a lot of things. So what I focus on is a thing that I think is which is Asafa Powell saying they can do more, which is the federation. Let me say it again. I am not concerned about him disrespect me and him disrespect Jamaica. If other people want to deal with that, that is their right. If they want to call and vex with Asafa because they feel disrespected and what he said about Jamaica, fine. But Dago don't have to do that. So what Dago is talking about, what makes sense to him now, which is the sport of track and field and these athletes and the football, that they make money for these organizations, so there can't be any problem with anybody saying they want more.
Indeed.
You see a problem with that? You just put yourself as being an athlete and a runner, and you put the JAA refused $38 million the other day from Adidas.
From the angle that you're coming from, I can understand your position.
And that is the problem I'm having. People don't understand that they're going to have to come from your angle. I understand their angle, you know. You feel insulted. It's personal to you now, so you take it personal.
All right.
But when these organizations, when the girls go to World Cup and collect the millions, pay them salary.
All right. All right, Diego the Great. Leave it there. All right, big up yourself, Diego. All right, he said a lot there. All right, so we're going to look at some WhatsApp text messages before we come back to the phone lines. Right, Asta? So let me just remind you of the number, 676-6968. That's 676-6968. Or 615-2841. That's 615-2841. Text messages.
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right, it's not going to happen, Zidane. Lakers series is over. When the Lakers go up by 12, the Wolves rally and bring it down in seconds. The Lakers did some sloppy things and turn over the ball a couple of times and all of that. But I just think the Timberwolves, they're executing better on offense, because I thought the Lakers defense was up. Yesterday they defended much better. But I just think too many missed shots at crucial points for the Lakers down the stretch, because you know the games are going to be close for the most part between these two teams. But the Lakers are finding it difficult in the second half of it. So they might beat them up and wear them down. All right, let's go to another one. As a Laker fan, I can understand why JJ Redick would play 5 players for the entire second half. Rookie coaching mistake. I can't understand. Anyway, LeBron tried, Luka cried, Shannon lied, Lakers look tight, look fried. T-Wolves in 5. Yo, that's bad. This one preacher. Let me go back here. So say, as a Laker fan, I can't understand why JJ Redick would play 5 players for the entire second half. Rookie coaching mistake. I agree with that 100%. Anyway, NBA people would know why I'm set apart and all. But LeBron tried, Luka cried, Shannon lied, Lakers look fried, T-Wolves in 5. Yeah, that bad preacher. Zidane, why didn't you stop Diego? I never said don't give Craig Butler no credit. So why let Diego come and say that now? They can correct him tomorrow about you, man. If you say you never said that. But we don't know what you're saying then. What you're saying? What you're arguing percentage? You're up on the radio for almost half an hour argue percentage. So how much percentage you give him then, Badger? Yeah. Because you are fight against my 85%. We don't understand the context of why he get 85. If he was a Brazilian player, he wouldn't be 85. If it was an Argentine, it wouldn't be 85%. If it was a German, it wouldn't be 85%. Italian, no, because these countries have the professionalism, the passion, everything you want to come together for them to produce players who can go overseas and play in German league and playing and make it and stay there like Leon Bailey. We normally just have some raw talent out here in Jamaica. You think it's the first raw talent we have? A lot of people tell me, say, talent. A lot of people admit that, yes, in terms of the final product, Leon Bailey is a better player than Walter Boyd. But almost everybody who me talk to say, in terms of just a raw talent, Walter Boyd better. And we would have Keith Kelly, we would have seen others. So he means that the greatest 8-year-old Jamaica ever seen. So something different occurred. So if you understand the context, Baggio, you understand Craig Butler getting so much credit for Leon Bailey becoming this sort of final product. You understand, my boss? Yeah, you have to understand. There's an argument to give him a lot of credit, man. You need to debate that all day about the great. All right, we go back on the phone lines. Hello. All right, we take the break. We're coming.
What am I going to do about this now?
What happened to you, Mrs.?
My car broke down and I can't get the parts.
Parts? So you never hear about Dangels? And them are the done at the parts world, you know? Them have parts for Hyundai, Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Isuzu, Mazda, Subaru, you name it. Them have it.
Visit Danjel Auto Spares and Accessories in Kingston at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Telephone 929-9146 or in Maypen at shop number 10, 18 Chapelton Road. Telephone 986-7142.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Danjel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Alrighty then, Chris Eubank Jr. has been discharged from hospital after he was admitted as precaution following his victory over Conor Benn on Saturday. Eubank was admitted as part of the standard procedure for boxers after a grueling bout with promoter Van Shalman, saying he was having precautionary checks. 35-year-old left the hospital on Monday. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Danjel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fosrich Financing.
Get on the path to financial freedom. Be your own boss with City and Guilds and Distinction College certification at Distinction College. Start full-time, part-time, and weekend classes in plumbing, air conditioning, and refrigeration, motor vehicle repairs, and electrical installation. No subjects required, no age limit, no entrance test. Register this week and get free courses at huge discounts. Licensed employment agencies will assist students with job opportunities overseas. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios, or call 876-356-4167. Distinction College, the school of champions.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, remember, listener, June 28, 2025, smack in the middle of the Park, the residential area side. We're not discriminate against any other place, but it's the residential area. It's on the top of the school, the Duane Park Primary School Road. Big football competition. Liquor will be on sale. Food will be on sale. Come out to that event. I am one of the promoters for the event. So you come, you buy a liquor, you help, you're supporting Zidane Matthews. So we're looking forward to seeing especially Pioneer being at that event. You know Pioneer, and Pioneer should know why. All right, so we go back online now. Asta, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. CC there. So
Oh,
Zidane, if somebody said to you, say, who is the most important defensive? What is the most important defensive position in soccer? How do you say?
The most important defensive position.
Yeah.
Most important defensive position. I don't know. With modern day football, they play 4 at the back, so
But the goalkeeper is part of the defensive unit too.
No, but the goalkeeper would be a specialist position.
All right. Okay. Like how you just said that. So if somebody asks a question and I say, what is the most important position in soccer? You basically just talk about positions in soccer, right? And football.
Yes.
So if you juxtapose and go over cricket and say, what is the most important position in cricket? And somebody come and say, what is the most important?
No, fielding position.
Now, I say to you, say, if you come, the argument of say, what is the most important position in cricket, and then they come fielding positions, they're changing the whole narrative, they're changing the conversation.
No, but it was never ever about cricketing positions.
But it was never about some defensive positions or specified position in a football. It was about positions.
You're losing me.
No, I'm saying to you, in football, it was about positions. It wasn't about defensive or attacking or something there. Defensive positions or attacking positions. Like when you say fielding positions in cricket, it wasn't sectionalizing.
I think the difference to a CC. Remember, you have batting positions, you know. So you have to make the distinction in cricket, which football everybody's on.
All right.
Hold on a CC. Let me make the point, man. With football, it's different now. Everybody's on the football field, 11 versus 11. With cricket now, when you're batting, it's different from when you're fielding. You understand? So you have to make the distinction that you're talking about, because batting number 3 is a cricket position. So you can't compare a fielder with a batsman.
All right, so don't put it, my push it. The bowler is a fielder, right?
The bowler is a fielder?
Yeah.
Then the bowler not part of the fielding team. That's why I'm going to get
the
ball.
I'm asking you if the bowler is a fielder.
The bowler is a part of the fielding team.
All right. You know, sir, during cricket, they have fielding restrictions, right? And there's a certain amount of fielders who can be in a 30-yard circle. Not the circle in where the batsman, all of them people are.
You're talking about limited overs. Limited overs now.
Yeah, limited overs. You know that the wicket keeper is not counted as such in the restriction. Counted as a fielder in the restriction.
Yes. No, he's not.
But the bowler is counted as a fielder.
The bowler is counted in that restriction?
In that restriction.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm telling you, the bowler is counted in the restriction, but the wicket keeper is not.
I not trust you with that. But I forgot to double check that.
So somebody, so if you even double check, so let's assume.
No, I'm not assuming anything with you.
You're not assuming anything.
No, I'm not trust you with that one.
You don't trust me with that one. No. But I'm just going to make my
could double check and you come back tomorrow with it.
So I'm saying to you that the bowler, all right. So
what's the point you're making though? You're saying the wicket keeper is not a fielder. Is not a fielder.
That if the wicket keeper is a position,
what is the wicket keeper doing?
The wicket keeper?
Yes.
Keeping the wicket.
What is he doing?
The wicket keeper is fielding.
Okay, wonderful. Then that's what he do.
And what is the bowler doing?
The bowler is bowling.
And what?
He's bowling. When the bowler is bowling.
He's fielding.
No, he's no.
And fielding.
No. The predominant the bowler is bowling. The only thing the wicketkeeper is doing when he's behind the stump.
So that means that when the bowler finishes
all of the skill set that is required for a fielder, that's what the wicketkeeper does, my boss. He's purely fielding alone. Stopping the ball from going for runs, running out people, catching people, stumping people, fielding skill set. I'm saying to you, the bowler predominantly is trying to hold on a CC, man. The bowler predominantly is trying to get out the batsman, my boss. You can't compare a bowler as a fielder with a wicketkeeper, my boss. That is nonsense.
All right, so hold on, man.
So you're saying as a fielder, purely as a fielder, the bowler is more important.
You gave your point, no.
No, I'm asking you one last question. Purely as a fielder, the bowler is more important than the wicketkeeper.
Listen to me.
No, man, don't listen to me. No, don't listen to me. No, don't listen to me. Answer the question. Purely as a fielder, you're saying the bowler is more important than the wicketkeeper?
I'm asking my point, Zidane. I never came on the radio and said that is my point.
Okay, all right, sir.
We are arguing something different. So what we are arguing...
No, are you arguing?
No, but may I say to you that if the wicket keeper, as you say, is a fielder, why is the wicket keeper not counted in the fielding restriction?
You see the question that you're reluctant to answer? That is what the argument is about. Who is more important in the field? Fielding. Wicket keeper or any other fielder?
Who is it most important in the fielding team? The bowler.
No, man. You're trying to be slick.
No, I'm not trying to be slick. I'm saying
the bowler is a more important fielder. All right, the bowler is a more
fielding team.
All right. I'm asking you a question now because you're coming with something different. I don't know why. You come with the same argument, but you're trying to.
You brought something different.
No, I'm not. I'm not. The argument is about who is the most important fielder.
And all right, so I'm
who's
saying,
doing fielding?
And I'm saying to you, Zidane, that in and of itself is a disingenuous.
So you're saying when I run up to bowl and bowl your stumps, I'm fielding?
You know what I'm saying a while ago? The bowler is also a
I'm
fielder,
asking
so
you a question. When I run up to bowl and lick out your middle stump, CC, am I fielding? The fielding skills? That is bowling, my boss.
You're bowling.
That is exactly. But the wicketkeeper is up. But CC, hold on, man. CC, learn sports, my boss. The wicketkeeper is always fielding, CC. Everything he does is fielding. Catching, stumping.
I'm going to teach you something.
All of that is fielding.
If the bowler comes up and then don't deliver the ball, what is the wicketkeeper doing?
That's a dead ball.
He's doing nothing.
But no other but no fielder is doing anything if him stop. What's the point?
I'm saying. Until the ball is delivered, nobody is.
So that's why the argument is never what you're talking about. The argument.
So this is why the ball is the most important first and the fielding.
No, my boss. We're talking about the fieldings. What is required as a fielder? We're not talking in that context.
But if what is required of a fielder, and I'm saying to you that nobody can field anything if the ball doesn't.
You sound like the argument when the people them say because the game can't play without the goalkeeper is the most important. And you, hold on, CC, you don't agree with that. You say people who bring that argument forward are being slick. So don't come be slick now and say if the bowler don't bowl, nothing is happening. We're not talking about that, my boss. We're talking about when fielding is applied, when actual fielding, catching, running people out, the fielding skill set. The most important person there is the wicketkeeper, my boss. Stop go around the things, CC.
Fielder, if you want to put it and say, the most important fielder is the wicketkeeper. The most important fielder, in my opinion, is the wicketkeeper. However, remember you have 11 fielder on the field.
All right, my boss. Anything else?
No, yes, sir. I say no.
No, man.
Nobody get to me, I say no. So I say to you, say, well, if you look on it, but look on it when I say if the bowler is counted within the fielding restrictions as a fielder. Remember, you know, the bowler is a bowler, but he's counted as a fielder within the fielding restrictions, and the wicketkeeper is not. The two specialized position on the field is wicketkeeper and bowler.
Who is doing more fielding? Hold on, man. Because you're struggling with the logic. Hold on.
Let me answer this question. Let me answer this question.
No, but
what are fielding positions named after?
You just said something, you know. I'm
asking you. What are fielding positions named after?
You just said something, and I want to respond to it before you jump to this one now. I'm asking you, who is doing more fielding? A bowler while he's bowling, or the wicketkeeper?
As I say, when you come and ask me a question, I ask you again. So wait, what are you laughing at? So let me ask you. All right, so I don't know. Give me an answer. I don't know.
Next, people, you're died. You have died. CC, you have died. I've ended you. It's over. Like what Drisa said the other day. It's over. It's over, CC.
I wanted to tell me.
CC, it is over, CC.
Positions named.
It is over.
What are all fielding positions named? I am asking you are fielding positions named.
CC.
Why are you training?
It's over. Have a nice day.
You can answer questions.
CC.
So why are you not answering this question?
Have a nice day. I've ended this conversation with that. I completely bowl your middle stump. Not field your middle stump, you know. I did not field your middle stump, you know. I bowled your middle stump.
Answer the question.
I bowled your middle stump.
All fielding positions named. You don't know.
CC, we're gone.
Fielding restriction. You didn't know that.
We're gone, CC.
You don't understand that the wicketkeeper is not counted.
CC, I bowled out your middle stump, not field your middle stump.
Answer my questions, but you feel as if you have one.
CC, you're dead, my boss. Big up yourself. People, I bowled him, not field him, you know. It's when the bowler lick out your middle stop, my boss, and it's not a no ball. He didn't field you out, you know. He bowl you out. Not field you out. It's when the bowler come up and him pitch it on the middle stump and move it quickly to your half stump and you edge it to slip. It's bowling and get you out. Not field you out. The main thing that the bowler does, my boss, when he's bowling is try to get out the batsman. Not to take catches and stop runs. It really happens when a ball and caught. It's the least way of somebody getting out caught in cricket. Ball and caught. Hardly happen. You see a bowler stopping a 4 or stopping a 6. You know happen really, my boss. So is 95% of what the bowler is doing is trying to get out the batsman by bowling. Then how you want to compare in fielding abilities now with a wicketkeeper fielding abilities, CC? That was the point. So who is the most important fielder? Not the wicketkeeper, brother. The bowler not really feel. I get him and try to get you out, my boss. That's what the point I'm because when him say bowl him, you don't say field him. Yes, when the wicketkeeper dive, my boss, fly to him left or right and take a brilliant catch, it's brilliant fielding. You see, if him chase down a ball and run and fling and lick down the wicket and run you out, it's brilliant fielding. Everything the wicketkeeper is doing, my boss, he's fielding skills. The bowler, when he lick out a middle stump or edge or plumb you up in front LBW, is bowling skills, not fielding skills. So you can classify the man as a more important fielder than a wicketkeeper. Well, learn sports CC. And your friend don't help that. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year, going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat yet too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Stop the sneeze. Grab some DPH.
I'm congested. DPH.
DPH. Mommy, I have a runny nose.
Come and take some DPH.
Getting rid of a cold or allergies is easy. Take DPH in adult or children's formulation and eliminate your sniffling, coughing, sneezing, and itching. DPH. Minimize the symptoms, maximize the relief. Another great product from the Caramed Group.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
People, you ever see the bowler end with man of the match? And them tell it was a great feeling display. Open your minds and think, man, and be logical. The reason why the example was given with the wicketkeeper is to make that point about the general fielders in the field doing the fielding work, the job of a fielder. When a bowler takes 7 wickets for 20 runs, you hear the commentator saying, "Oh, what brilliant fielding! What a brilliant fielding display!" So all of a sudden, now, when these bowlers are brilliant, we're going to know we no longer will say brilliant bowling displays. Asta. We're going to say brilliant fielding display from the bowler. We go back online. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Southie.
How go on, man?
Me there.
Hey, just I listen to you on CC a while ago. I want a question where you asked him in the last part there, so where him start. Where you ask him a while ago?
I ask him when the man.
Last thing where you say it's over.
I ask him when the man lick out the man make a stump if he's feeling or bowling.
Oh. And him say,
no.
as I was saying.
In pause first and then
nobody answer that. Him just say, entire man starts stutter and
yes.
and says
it's over, man. It's over. Yes.
Me I say, me I listen, but me not listen. But when me hear him say, as I was saying, I say, yeah, baby. Yeah. But Zidane,
Yes.
if I was to say to you that Manchester City is struggling to make top four, would I be right or wrong?
You'll be dead right in my opinion.
You know, say a man argue with me this morning. Say Manchester City is not struggling to make top four.
No man is struggling at this stage. They're not safe, you know. They're not sure, you know. They are
Because
struggling.
because I did tell him sometime in and around mid October, November, say them are struggle for make top four. So today he called me and me I tell him, see them are struggle for make top four. He said I'm not struggling. Some say in what sense of the word they are not struggling.
They are struggling.
So as I was saying, you might listen out to you know.
Mm-hmm. They are struggling.
So he say he want to call for illicit opinion.
That's not obvious.
I mean, I explained to him, say, if the man they're in fourth place, they have 61 points. In fourth place, they have one more point than sixth place, and sixth place play a game less than them. By any definition of the word in our sports, they are struggling to make top four.
They are struggling.
None of them alone.
Yeah, none of them alone.
Oh, but they must struggle. Because I mean, I say them can't afford to lose a game at this point with 4 games left or draw a game. So they might end up losing. And if the team that have the game in hand win them game in hand, they might go find themselves in position at that point.
Yeah, man. Once you have been difficult to achieve your goal, my boss, you're struggling to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not getting the team comfortable, then you're struggling.
Yes.
Right.
It's like if Liverpool was on 90 points and Arsenal was on 89 points with 5 games to go, and a man say it will be a struggle to win the league. Yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a struggle.
It just means that you can't give up nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to win the league. Yes. That's what it means. You're right. So Liverpool did not struggle to do anything. They didn't struggle to win the league, and they did not struggle to make the top 4. Arsenal is not struggling to make the top 4 either. Everybody else is struggling to make the top 4.
Right, I use a very example. So the only team not struggling for top 4 apart from Liverpool is Arsenal.
Yes.
But as I told that man now, I say, hey, listen to my Jamaican sports talk radio where we end up a debate words and their meaning. You know? So no matter the simplicity of a statement a man make to start focus on one word, not the thing and what it means. In a dictionary, but not in the sporting context as it is being used. That is when I show him still, but that is done. The last thing though,
yes,
I saw for Powell, you see, can I listen to him and then listen people and talk about him. You see, a lot of people are focused on him still. And people start tell you when him did lose race and when him did come last and when him did set world record and then him let down people and all kind of stuff. You know, which them things they are whole news where people go over all the while, every time and talk and stuff. So, couldn't bother focus on that. But I think he needs to do a better job articulate himself.
Yeah,
because every time he him talk,
yes, I think that's
every time he him talk, yes. I don't know what him talking about. Like just come out and tell you what is it that needs to be done. What are they not doing and stuff like that and things they need to do to make what he wants to be done better. He never said no. He always never said no them things there.
Yeah, and since he has retired, nobody can hurt him from a J3 standpoint. So you make the point clear that what used to affect you and you want to see change going forward. You're right, Sauti.
Yeah, and this is what is happening, yes. And this is how it should be done. And yes. It always just seems to be to me like him attacking a circus. All right, them now treat them go down. Them need to do what? Them need to do what? I want them to do it better and stuff. All that. But me, you know, me not take it like some people like say him a cause Jamaica. Coming on them thing there. Coming on Jamaica. You know, if it was a baller and it was the GFF, enough people are probably on the baller side.
Yes.
So I know just a federation, just an association thing. But he needs to do a better job in how him presenting things there. Because I'm not saying nothing, like him not tell you, like tell you what I go on and tell you what they need to do to fix what I go on.
Yes.
So him just say at least needs to do better. Even the thing when talk about athletes and don't work 9 to 5. I foolish is him talk, with that. But no athlete should have work at 9 to 5 when them done run. So when them done run, them at 30-something year old, when the people have to mind them to the whole rest of their life.
That's
Like 30-something year old with the next 50 years in front of them. Like you need to do something. You need to have something to carry you through that time. Government can, whoever, the federation, can put something in place. I mean, them can put something in place, can give some stipend and some little pension and all them things. But that now will carry you through your life for your next 50 years and stuff that you need. You have to have your own thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of it, no foolishness matter what them say that. I mean, you know when want them give them with them enough for work. You don't have to work on 9 to 5. You can run your own business.
Yes. Exactly.
But you have to do something. You must have to do something. There's nowhere anybody else can provide you with anything, no matter how much gold medal you win. Just after that, you sit down for your next 50, 40, 50 years. I know because you run for Jamaica.
Excellent point, my boss. Brilliant. So
that doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. So you need to tell us what he's saying, man. Yeah. You're just saying vague. You're just saying vague stuff.
If you want to say, them should have a little thing to help some athletes with them if they need medical and all and things there.
Yes.
And put some things in place where them can get medical care or some stuff like
Here
that.
You go. Here you go.
But 30-something years old, 30 years old, and you know, for do the 9 to 5 when you finish run. And them also run for themselves to do when them not run for Jamaica. So them have to make better use of whatever money them get.
Yes.
And do something for themselves with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Negotiate better contract and whatever them get, them put it to something that can last them. Not to just say, boy, them not for do the 9 to 5 because them run for Jamaica. You know, so meat. So I need to do a little better, and I think them way must say, That's all.
All right.
But me not think him out cost Jamaica itself.
You don't think so?
No, not that thing. All right.
All right, cool. Big up. All right, so somebody sent me something. Let me read it. So that question was asked. No, the bowler is not included in the fielding restrictions in white ball cricket. So CC, you see? Somebody sent me this doing a CC, but from what I can remember, that's what I vaguely remember, that the bowlers was not considered a part of the players that make up the field restriction. But that's why I said I am not working with your CC, and something has been sent to me by a listener, and it's saying no, the bowler is not considered a part of the number of players in the field restriction. So CC, based on what this man said me, yeah, and shake your grounds even more now, so my boss. Not a good day for your CC. All right, we go back maybe this is the final call for the day. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Zidane. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Watts.
You're welcome. Zidane, the bowler can be considered a fielder, and don't underestimate the role of the bowler, the fielding responsibilities of the bowler, especially slow bowlers and spinners. When you set in the field, you consider, you give a fielding role to the bowler, especially the slow bowlers.
What do you mean by you give a feeling role to the bowler?
Because when you're setting, like, for example, depending on the type of pitch, you might be playing on a wicket and you have a short mid-on and a short mid-on. You generally set them at a width because you expect the bowler to cover a certain part of that arch near the wicket.
But that is a given, though.
And good spinners do very well at backing up the bowling with fielding. Because when they come and they get to push back down the wicket, especially if they're working on a batsman, they are going to canter down the wicket.
Yeah, but Doc, I addressed this already, do you know?
I never heard.
Yeah, man, I only said predominantly they are not asked to do a lot of fielding.
No, man, but you see, for slow bowlers, they are expected to play a significant role in keeping.
Yeah, because they do have a follow through. So when the ball comes close to them, they can go and get it. So that is a given. Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually follow through in order to make sure that they get there.
Yeah, man. But Doc, in the context of the discussion, in terms of the pure fielding skill set that is required.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, man. But me know, man.
A good wicket keeper is important in keeping you in the game.
Yeah, man, exactly.
but a bowler might steal more balls in a game than fielders in any given position, especially the slow bowlers. If you remember, like even Roger Harper, Roger Harper used to just come down and people would struggle to get a single anywhere near the wicket because they are encouraged to play an active role in especially keeping down singles. And their fielding role can be considered significant, especially in a tight game, and especially if it's a slow wicket.
No, we disagree with that now.
No, well, you don't have to agree.
Because how often do those carton ball occur? The biggest thing to do in cricket
look, carton ball.
It's rare. It's the least we have getting caught and getting out in cricket. Carton ball. Rare.
I've never looked at it, but it's a
may I tell you?
And here what that was with carton ball. You see the thing with carton ball.
Slip catching is more significant than the ball.
And that's those balls that the batsmen would face that they would be at risk of getting a carton ball. They'll drop those close to them, and if the ball
usually the balls that the spin ball. But Doc, usually the balls that the spin bowler feels. Those are not attacking shots at the balls.
No, but then they are shots that can get them a single if the bowler don't react. Yeah, but I never heard that you addressed it.
Yeah, man, I addressed them. I addressed that it's some 90% of what the bowlers when them come up them field balls. I gave it a percentage actually. 10%.
Okay. Well, some of these things I don't like when you put percentage of them because some of these, for example, with regard to like even the spinner backing up, sometimes just the alertness of the bowler to back up, even if he doesn't get to the ball, because sometimes he'll move towards the ball and he's not going to get it, but because he's heading to the ball, the
batsman say no. Yeah, man, you're right, man, and then if the fielder come for it, you're right.
So, but all I'm saying is that I don't want anybody to underestimate the role that the bowler plays, especially close to the pitch and especially slow bowlers.
All right, Dr. Watson. Big up yourself. Thanks for the call as usual. That's a great Dr. Watson out of Clarendon there. Nice show today. People are laugh off a CC. Hey, me want CC about me. I say CC. You say me, Christopher Matthews, Asta. I don't talk before and then think after. I think before me talk. So me go home too. May even think more because I know they will be coming back. CC, don't run in. CC will get hurt. CC, you will get hurt. You understand? Come see me in the group from Friday. Chirp on the top. Yap. I say me not say not that the group. You know my argument. So they come now. Asta just bam. He Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson a combination. Bam and just knock him out. CC, learn, man. All right, join us tomorrow. Now, Orville should be back then. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful evening.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m.